7 o'clock in St. Louis. You're listening to The Morning After on 101 ESPN. The program presented to you by Brown and Crouppen. Tim McKernan and Doug Vaughn. Martin Kilcoyne with you. Little Jackie Papers is on the ones and twos. You can watch the show at youtube.com/TMASTL if you want to interact with TMA listeners. That's brought to you by Michelob Ultra. If you just want to sit in silence and long for the days of the 1950s, there's the 101 ESPN chat. So, Doug, you got options.
Okay. I can get on the chat either way.
You can't go wrong, is what I'm saying.
All right. So I should stop what I'm doing and start chatting?
And Martin observed that Mr. Licks was texting in at 6:36. Was it about our program or was it about the program before us?
It was an image, so I didn't click on it. A lot of training, Tim, onboarding.
Yeah.
Both here and at the 2 Fox. A lot of corporate training. And whenever there's an image, sometimes don't click.
Yeah, I think that's good counsel. I think that's real good counsel.
I show you an image. Should I click it? And then you have to decide for yourself.
Delivered in some kind of AI voice track?
Yeah. Should you click on this? We'll explain next.
You can text in, send your images in. 314-399-9646. That's the Air Comfort Service text line. Then you can also call in. Chairman Curtin mans the Callier and Thompson phone lines, 314-974-0101. And just be a friend of the feather with a Stiefel dossier that Doug features our first ever Schaefer Door Company Joey Vitale international call-in. He will join us from the Eiffel Tower today.
Oh, fantastic.
In Gay Pays. Gay Paris.
Has the bingo card been updated to reflect the French
Chairman
influence?
Curtis, there a Parisian Joey Vitale bingo card.
You guys read my mind. I have a Joey Vitale bingo Paris edition.
Wow.
Special card. It'll be posted on the TMA socials here in the next minute.
Well, that's nice.
Doug, going to be on the socials.
Okay.
All the socials.
All the socials.
Chairman Kirk gets here so early. Sometimes, Tim, he'll have me call him, and we kind of run through protocol for phone calls. And he'll say, what's on your mind? And he kind of vets the calls. I didn't realize the process. So when you hear these calls, these are top-notch callers who are prepared to bring you entertaining information.
That's correct.
And they don't just get slapped on the air by us.
Thank you.
And hundreds of people are denied the chance because there's so many calls, we can only go with the best.
That's correct.
Why would we want to talk about that? And you just hang up on them.
I mean, it's quite obvious at this point someone is being lied to.
Oh, no.
Okay. Big Blonde Dan is in the Michelob Ultra YouTube chat and says, texting in bright and early, huh? Great to hear Licks is driving the bread route again. Let's just hope he's not working Chat GPT whilst on the highway. That's from Big Blonde Dan, who believes he's got a bread route?
There's nothing wrong with a nice little bread route. Deliver some baked goods.
Mount Rushmore of baked goods.
Well, I don't mind a stolen. I find
the same as a coffee cake?
I find scones to be a little dry.
I used to eat bear claws 2 at a time.
I do like a bear claw.
Marlowe,
I like a bear claw, that's for sure.
I'm not even inviting Chuck on the show anymore. We don't need him.
We don't need him.
He's here.
Yeah.
He's always here.
Can I call in from the Arnold Water Tower? That's from Minute Bowl eligible. Yes, you can. Let me know if my bookie's out there waiting for me. 314-974-0101. Hey, guys, it's Barge Guy. I'm about to call in, but I don't have a lot of time, and I have big news of why I haven't been able to call in lately. Well, I guess.
Timing's perfect. He's on hold.
Ooh, wow. Is he really?
Do you think he's going to say the announcement that he's already told us that he's been promoted, and he forgot that he told us already?
I have to tell you, I think that's the favorite.
It's like Memento. Hey, guys, how are you? My name is Barge Guy, and I've got a son, Jackson. Oh, really? Thank you.
Tattooed on his forearm.
Barge Guy, good morning. You're on with Doug Vaughn, 101 ESPN, and the TMASTL YouTube channel.
Good morning, guys. How you doing today?
Bargie. Oh, we're fine. You?
I'm excellent. Excellent. Okay, so the tattoo's on my chest, not my arm.
Okay.
And I told you I got promoted, but I hadn't started yet. But now I'm working Monday through Friday, so I get to listen to your guys' opening, and then I'm going into the office. So
well, we should bring some heat early.
Huh, now you're in an office and not on a barge.
Yeah, I'm up. I'm up on land, and now I still run all the boats and all the barges and everything. So
nice.
It's going excellent. I'm having a great time. More time with my Jackson, so it's a win-win overall.
Well, that's good. Wow. See what listening to this show does for you?
Yeah, makes life better.
Right to the top.
Amen, Doug.
It's all because of you. I swear it is.
Yeah, I think so.
Flip it off, Jay.
Is this emotional?
Did you have a hot take at all?
Yeah, I do not have any hot takes. I'm sorry. Other than the weather's nice, and so everybody's happy out on the river.
Okay, well, that's good.
Look at that.
We like happy river people. Thank you.
I always just fought for what I wanted. Thanks for the time, guys.
All right, buddy.
Thank you, Bargy.
Guy. I don't know how well received it's going to be in the Air Comfort Service text inbox, but I thought it was uplifting to start today's presentation, which again features Joey Vitale live from the Eiffel Tower. And where's the bingo card, Chairman Kurt?
It is up on the Instagram.
Wow. TMA_STL?
Twitter, not
tweets.
X, coming up next.
Twitter, not X. TMA_STL. I'll go retweeting because I'm what am I, Jackson? A gift depot?
Yeah.
Jackson, do you
Yes.
have time at some point today to clip off? I enjoy the laugh, and I would like to add to the media chuckle, the barge chuckle, if we could have that as because he's a good laugh guy. Barge
I
guy.
agree.
I'm happy for Bargy.
Yeah.
He went
Promotion.
from working on the barges with lousy hours to now he's got an office job Monday through Friday, and he's in charge. That's a big moment for him.
But it cuts into his listing of this show, which affects us, Doug, so I'm not happy for him.
All right. There's a porpoise in there somewhere.
Yeah.
Often seen media press conferences.
I think I can update that's the Ultimate Media Laugh compilation amongst some other friends.
Was
And
that
now I can
Drink
add
the
more.
other day?
Drink had a good one. There's been a couple. I mean, there's always a nice media laugh.
Chairman Kurt, is it the last Joey Vitale bingo card I see on the Twitter tweets is 8/15/25. Doug, that's August 15th.
Okay.
Am I incorrect on that?
On Twitter?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just finishing up the post
Okay,
right
got
now.
it. God bless America. So it will be on the Twitter tweets here momentarily, also on Instagram, and you can play along with Joey Vitale bingo. Jackson, what time is he joining us on the Stiefel dossier from Gay Pay?
It's going to be 8:15
Nice.
Central Time. And what time would that be in Paris?
Now, what do you think that is?
I think it's
5
about
hours ahead?
7 hours
6 or
ahead.
7.
Is that, I was going to go with 3:15.
So he'll be calling it 3:15 local time, 8:15 Central Standard Time.
That's
Okay.
fun.
We found out yesterday that Joey sips, so maybe there'll be some vino involved, and maybe he'll be more off track than ever.
3:15, yeah, I could see a little.
Don't they all drink wine at
you
lunch
might
over there?
you have some lunch, like a big bread-filled lunch,
Some sort of croissant.
and you're going to want some red wine there. And then if you're going to be walking around, you're probably just going to keep that little buzz going.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Look
So,
out.
yeah.
He may want an eclair.
You like an eclair?
No.
It's kind of a donut, isn't it?
It kind of, yeah.
Donut.
Barge guy's a
Chocolate
great
with the top.
example of a hardworking father, and anyone who has a problem with him with his calls is a cretin. Good on him. That's Sharon and Clayton, and she's in an alliance with Barge guy.
Ah, didn't see that coming.
Yeah.
I was happy to hear him get the little boost myself.
I like the term cretin.
It's not a bad term.
You listen to this show. Sometimes your wife will leave you. Sometimes you get a promotion. Those are your options.
That's all you got. Licks was on a paper route riding a bike when he texted in. That's from the Warson Woods Wacko, Sam Horn reporter. Was it a win for the Warson Woods Wacko when Sam Horn and Bo Prabula got named as quarterbacks for the Central Arkansas game, which we will be breaking down this time next week, brother? How do you do? And ILL getting ready for Western Illinois a week from tonight. Doug, it's all starting here in the St. Louis area.
Okay. And Kansas State and Iowa State tomorrow?
Yeah.
Week 0.
Okay.
Anthony Beck's son, quarterback.
Yeah.
for Iowa. I'm sure Coach Beck of your Battlehawks will be over there.
Yeah, he probably went over to Dublin, didn't he?
He does Jets games, but I bet you got to get out of a preseason game for your son playing in Ireland.
Absolutely. Iowa State +3, Doug. Who do you like?
I do like that Cyclone bunch.
Matt Campbell, you think this might be his year where he establishes himself in Ames and builds up that resume to find himself in either the SEC or the Big Ten?
Oh, gosh. You think they went out of the conference?
I think
Iowa
he
State?
does.
He does.
I don't think anyone would take Iowa State.
I'm talking about Matt
No, no.
Campbell.
I know.
Oh,
I followed.
Okay.
thank you, Martin.
And Bill Snyder is or isn't the coach at K-State
Gosh,
again?
he's got to be 120 years
But
old.
he left, then he came back.
Yeah.
But he's not there now?
I don't know who's there now.
He probably
Can't
wouldn't be
possibly
playing
still
Iowa
be-
State this early. He would-
K-State is plus 550 to win the Big 12.
And it sounds like you like that play.
A win total of 8.5. A little interesting. Might be a
Listen to
barn
this
burner.
papers.
Might be a barn burner.
Okay. You see the SEC going to 9 games next year?
Watch this. La, 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 love
Don't
it.
ever do that with your tongue again.
Love it. Love it. Love the hat. Love the shoes. Love the belt. Love it.
Yeah, we'll get rid of one of these Central Arkansas games.
Approved. And when they got rid of the Illinois game next year, to me, that was telling that they were opening themselves up to have the 9th conference game. Farewell, Central Arkansas. Farewell, Northern Illinois. Farewell, North Texas. Farewell to our friends in the butt-ass community. We're going to 9 conference games. How do you do?
But can they make a commitment not to play 3 butt asses? Make
They
sure
have to play one
So
team
one of the
from
3
Big
has
12
to be.
ACC, Big 10,
Okay.
or Notre Dame. Notre Dame always representing itself. God
I
bless
sure
the
hope
Irish.
I hope we don't miss out on this UMass rivalry that's really grown into something.
Yeah, the foliage is fun.
Maybe that's grandfathered in.
I would
Was
like
you
to
getting
see
to play
that.
that?
Sankey could issue a statement on the UMass because I think everybody in the SEC is playing UMass now.
There could be a chance where UMass joins the Pac-12, and then you can get a UMass game in because then it'd
There
be
was a
power
school
conference.
joining the Pac-12 the other day that I had never heard of. I think it's like Texas, Dallas.
Oh,
Joined the Pac-12 for baseball.
The Boone County Tech of Dallas.
and the Pac-12 is down to Oregon State and Washington State, isn't it?
Yeah, but they're adding a bunch of teams like from the Mountain West, like Colorado State's looking to move over there. And
All
Don't you
right.
just pack it in at that point? Say, all right, we lost. and go
I'm pretty
home.
sure that commissioner, doesn't the story go that he overplayed his hand?
That's
with all
right.
yeah,
The TV
They thought the
networks.
TV money should have been way better.
And
than
he
it
just
was.
kind of held him to the fire, and then they all walked away. Went, you just took my conference. Gone. Bill Snyder, by the way, is 85. Somebody texted that he was no longer living. That's incorrect. Bill Snyder, the great builder of the K-State program, is 85 years old.
You're welcome to participate in the program. Hold on a second. What's going on here?
I've received some texts. Programming update. Joey Vitale wants to do 7:30. If that's okay with
Whoa,
everybody.
whoa.
I really wanted to break down the Rays game.
I know.
What's going on?
Tell him I already put it on socials for 8:15.
Wow.
Yeah, we can't do it.
Binding. I love when a news producer says, we can't drop this story because we teased it. And I'm like, I don't think anybody really cares.
No, they
Maybe
they're not keeping
overthinking
score.
it.
Does this show have the ability to go off script?
I don't like our chances.
Let me look at the dossier, which is a live, living creature.
Yeah.
I just want to see it move.
Okay. Martin, what are you seeing on
I
the
see-
Stiefel dossier today?
Well, it says Joey Vitale at 8:15.
Yeah.
That's part of the show open. But I think it'll move. I bet it's moving right about now.
Oh, I see it. I see it changing as we speak. And it looks like Joey Vitale has been put into segment 2 of the Stiefel dossier and the live breathing document that is, Doug.
So it's official.
Yep.
Under construction, for those listening at home, that'll come your way in 9-2.
What do you see in 8-1?
8-1.
It's a free space at the moment.
Well, yeah, that was Joey Vitale.
But that just opens it up for
A look around the sporting world.
no,
Vamping? What are we going to vamp in 8-1 now?
I could put that light vamping. Light
You
vamping.
can always bump College Corner over there.
No.
What, do you want to
Okay.
break down the Iowa State game again?
Yeah. Well, we have so much insight.
Another topic that has been sort of evergreen, clearing the deck.
And what's going on there?
Fun U.S. town names.
Oh,
And this,
Boy, it's a shame I have to get out today at 9:15.
Hey, I
I'm
made
excited. I'm excited.
You're
about
excited
it.
If
for
you
that.
look, I made a whole list, a whole Word
No,
document full of
I'm
fun U.S. town
supporting it.
names. Yeah,
Okay.
it seems like it.
Doug, there's tension in this alliance. I don't think the alliance ever even exists. The biggest alliance to keep an eye on right now is Sharon and Clayton and Jackson. That's the one to keep an
It's a
eye
real
on.
dark horse.
Yeah.
You know? It's what you
just
didn't expect.
No.
It's like a reality show and the two people you never thought would team up at the end.
Actually, Tim doesn't know, but during the show, Jackson will text me under the table and say, "Can you believe Tim still hasn't gone to Fun U.S. Town?"
Yeah.
We go back and forth every
I
day.
don't like
so
all
maybe
these
this
separate TMA texts. It's uncomfortable. You can participate in the program so many different ways to do so. The Michelob Ultra YouTube chat, which is brought to you by Michelob Ultra, 95 calories, 2.6 grams of carbohydrates. And with the weather this weekend just being glorious. I mean, I'd expect this like around September 20th for the South Carolina game. Doug, how about the high today? 83.
Perfect.
How about the high tomorrow?
What?
84. How about
Nice.
the high on Sunday? Sunny and 78.
Sweet action.
75 degrees on Monday, 75 degrees on Tuesday, 77 degrees on Wednesday, 79 degrees on Thursday, 75 degrees on Friday, 76 degrees on Saturday. We don't even go to the 80s again.
Yikes.
After, I mean, What's going on?
Well, it's about time. We've had kind of a rough summer between
telling you.
all the rain and the tornado and then the hot weather. And it's about time we got a break.
I mean, this is just glorious. It's compression season in St. Louis, and do so with a Michelob Ultra, 95 calories, 2.6 grams of carbohydrates. We got another TMA golf tournament. We'll have an announcement coming up, I believe, following Labor Day is when you will find out about that. And that'll be presented to you by Michelob Ultra as well. It's Michelob Ultra, sponsor of the YouTube chat. Joey Vitale joining us from Paris, France. That's coming up in our 7 o'clock hour as we, on the fly, I don't know. The show's kind of mapped out pretty specifically. So Doug, Martin, and I will do our best here. I don't know if we can do it, but we'll do our best. Because Joey Vitale now has been moved up to the 7 o'clock hour. That is coming up as well. Your calls, your texts, and, of course, the Design, Air, Heating, and Cooling email of the day on the Stiefel dossier, along with our drops of the week. This is TMA, presented by Brown & Crouppen on 101 ESPN. Yeah, it is interesting because they are. Where are all the Cardinal haters now? Where are all the Cardinal haters now?
Another one last night. A wild card. Aren't you a flirty little mistress? Only 4 back now.
Yep.
And looking better and better.
When you think of all those stupid games they gave away against some really bad teams.
Give me an example of one.
Well, they lost 5 out of 6 to Colorado.
I thought it was 4 out of 6.
Didn't they lose? I guess they lost 2 out of 3 there and 2 out of 3 here, right? They didn't lose all 3 out there.
No. Oh, no.
4 and 2.
4, yeah.
Or the other way. 2 and 4.
Gosh, if you just win a couple more against Colorado or Pittsburgh, where they got shut out in 3 straight games, you're right there.
Just take those away. Mm-hmm. Maybe they can ask the commissioner. He's got a lot of weird new rules. Maybe you could petition to take away certain losses.
Yeah.
Claim they used an ineligible player and take it away.
So, Doug, you're saying that if the Cardinals were able to beat up on the Rockies and win 4 of 6 as opposed to lose 4 of 6, why they're sitting just a couple games back.
Right.
And then Daddy would likey?
Daddy likey. Wild card? Oh, yes. Daddy
I think the
likey.
battle to watch is the Mets and Reds, and wouldn't you kind of like to see the Reds overtake the high-powered Mets?
Sure.
From an entertainment standpoint, because we know they're not happy in Queens.
Oh, yeah.
They've been battling a little bit. The Cardinals made them healthy in the Bronx, as the Yankees are at the top of the American League wild card. That is a tighter operation there. But, yeah, it's right now a battle between the Reds and the Mets for that final spot. And then there's a 4.5 game difference between the Mets and the Padres, who are at the top of the wild card in the National League. Doug, now you've been updated on your wild card
I
standings.
have been.
Division races, you only got one, Padres and Dodgers.
Yeah.
Cubs are 7 back of the Brewers now. Mets are 7 back of the Phillies.
You like player percentages?
Yes.
Reds playoff percentage. Anybody want to?
I'm looking at it, so I have to recuse myself.
Oh, gosh. It's
because they're right there with the Mets. They are, a half game back?
They probably have, I'd say, 40% chance.
19.4.
19?
Yeah. The Mets are at 78%. Must be based on their schedule and the metrics. Maybe because the Reds have to play the Cardinals. They're factoring that in.
I do wonder about
tougher road.
Well, that's a good thing for the Cardinals to play the Reds, so should we get hot, we could still win this baby. And you want to play the teams obviously right ahead of you to make up ground on them. So that gives the Cardinals a chance if they still have to play several with the Reds.
3.8% for the Cardinals, for the record. This is per ESPN.com. I don't know if there are various playoff percentages. It's almost like if they won a few more series, they'd be in this, Doug. That's from MD 2020.
Well, just games. I don't care about the series.
But, I mean, if they did win those Rockies series, which we were just talking about.
If you won every series, sure, you'd be in it. But if you just won more games, that'd be more important.
And I'm going to agree with you now, Doug. They can no longer focus on winning series. You need to win lots of games in a row. Mm-hmm. But they won't, so it's okay.
I was listening to Ken Rosenthal's podcast, and I have, what do I have now, Jackson? 21 burners?
23.
23 burner counts. Dog avatars for most.
American flags.
Yeah. And when they were discussing the third wild card in the National League, they didn't even mention the Cardinals. So if you track the mentions to Ken Rosenthal, about 50% of those are from my burners.
No, really.
Just pissed off. Just talked about the Reds and the Mets. What about this club?
Don't forget about the Redbirds.
Thank you.
What if Nathan Church just does enough that you say he's now in the mix? Isn't it getting a little crowded with a bunch of players you're not all that sure and or excited about?
I think he should be in the mix.
Yeah, he makes things happen.
Doug's buying up Nathan Church stock left and right anytime he can get it. I noticed the prime ministers haven't picked him up, though.
No, well, he hadn't had a hit yet.
So there's that.
He looks good in center. See the throw he made last night?
He did.
He's got a good arm.
He hits the ball hard. Even though he doesn't have a hit, he hits the ball hard.
He scored 2 runs. Doesn't have a hit yet.
Yeah. I think he's definitely in the mix.
Okay. Hampson got in late.
You're going to have to subtract a couple of those guys.
Well, that's
in the
what I'm
offseason,
saying. I was being serious, actually. If you do like him as a potential big leaguer next year, just add it to the crowded mix. Where would you play him?
The Rays drew 9,000 fans to Steinbrenner Field last night, which is about the same number of fans they drew in their dome stadium. That's from the 314. Doug, the atmosphere that the Cardinals have experienced this week, magical.
They just don't like their clubs very much down there. I don't know if there's so much else going on or what is it really?
So relocate the Rays to Nashville, relocate the Marlins to Charlotte, give the expansion teams to Portland and Salt Lake City, and then away we go. How do you do?
I'm fine. How do you figure that hockey is huge in Florida and Miami and Tampa and baseball? Nobody cares.
You know what I have to say? I do wonder about that. What do you think's going on there?
Is it the transplants?
Quality of teams has got something to do with it.
But the Rays have been right there.
Yeah.
They always say it's the stadium. Doug, you've mentioned that this week.
And the location of the stadium, not just the fact that it's
terrible
tribute to the Edward Jones Dome.
It's hard to get there for the bulk of the Tampa population.
But it would be interesting to know, like the Panthers and then the Lightning, their fan base, how many are from the north or from the east that just love hockey.
Yeah, they really get into it down there. But Tampa's won, a couple Stanley Cups already, right? And so has Florida.
Well, Florida back-to-back.
The
Tampa,
Miami area. So that's
3 all-time.
That's probably has more to do with it than anything.
Remember when Corey Stillman went there and he won, and that stung. A former Blue winning a cup. Doug's still not over that.
No, I'm not. I can get over a lot of things, but not that. Not the Corey Stillman thing.
Tim, for the listeners who don't have the Joey Vitale bingo card called up, if you're just driving around in your car, the way it works is you get to check the box. If he says things like bonjour, I think that's an easy one, right? That's probably right out of the gate. If he mentions the Louvre, makes any animal sound, now that's a staple.
I just saw the Joey Vitale.
How about the mustache?
Chairman Kurt has tagged us in it, and it is glorious. That mustache is choice, Chairman.
Looks like he might have been a member of Donkey Kong.
Oh, yeah, Mario or Luigi.
Luigi's one of the two.
A cute little beret.
Vasti. Doug, you remember that from National Lampoon's European Vacation?
Rusty.
Clark W. Griswold made the kids wear berets. And Rusty thought he was making progress with a lass at the Eiffel Tower, and they were tee-hee-heeing like they were sitting at the bar at Bricktops. But alas, they were mocking his beret, and the lass said, Vasti. And it caused Clark W. Griswold and Rusty, who turned out to be Blake Lively's older brother.
Jason Lively.
Thank you. To throw his beret overboard. We'll revisit that with Joey Vitale. That is not in the bingo card, though. But I'm retweeting it right now from my gift depot.
Mispronounces a word is not even on the box. It's above the box, the bingo card.
Darn it.
Well, that's fine. I thought maybe there was a reason. French kiss, chickens, CBC mention.
A CBC mention from Paris.
Yeah, it'll probably happen. A Kirkwood mention from Paris. Croissant, baguette.
I also put both an American and French payola in there in case he found like a cute little coffee shop he wanted to plug or something.
Yeah, get some Yola. The LSU mom at the White House has been sent out. So if you follow me on the Twitter tweets from my gift depot, Doug, that's out there. TMA STL is where you can find Joey Vitale bingo card. This is the Paris edition. He has moved up his segment to 7:30. That is brought to you by Schaefer Door Company. Let's take a break. Make sure we have plenty of, Doug, what is our word in St. Louis in 2025? Runway.
Runway, okay.
For Joey Vitale. That comes up next. Joey Vitale from Paris, live at the Eiffel Tower. Follow along on the Joey Vitale bingo card, which is available at the TMA STL Twitter account and the TMA_STL Instagram account. This is the morning after. It's presented by Brown & Crouppen on 101 ESPN and the TMA STL YouTube channel.
Hey, folks, how you doing? Joe Vitale here. I got great news for you. Got good friends at Schaefer Door Company. They're going to take care of all your garage door needs. I'm currently out of the country. I'm in France. But if I had a garage door in France, I guarantee you my friend Jason and his whole company would take good care of me. They take care of big businesses, small homes, whatever you got. Any issue with your garage door, give them a call. They will take care of all your needs. 636-782-3608 is the best way to reach them. Phone call, text message. You can also visit them at SchaeferDoor.com. SchaeferDoor.com, Clopay Master, authorized dealer.
This is Jackson with a Sports Center update driven by Johnny Londoff Chevrolet and Johnny Londoff Autoplex. The Cardinals pick up another win in the Sunshine State, defeating the Rays last evening. They'll take on the Rays again tonight at Steinbrenner Field. It's going to be a 6:35 p.m. first pitch. Miles Michaelis toeing the slab for the Redbirds. That was another Sports Center update driven by Johnny Londoff Chevrolet and Johnny Londoff Autoplex. See them at Londoff.com. Chevy, together we drive. Are you kidding me?
Doug, this show has gotten to a point now where it is a global phenomenon.
Yeah, I think
as they listen in the northern hemisphere, the southern hemisphere, why the western hemisphere and the eastern hemisphere, but never in the history of this program, minus our guest from Ukraine, Vivian Ajour, have we had somebody from Europe join us on the program until now. Blues analyst Joey Vitale joining us from Paris, France, brought to you by Schaefer Door Company here on 101 ESPN and the TMA STL YouTube channel. Good morning, Joey.
Timmy, what's going on? I come to you from Paris, France.
Dog, he's in Paris.
I hear that. It's exciting.
So your wife has to be excited that you stepped away to make a call to this show to break down the hockey season, which is months away. A month. Or not.
We can't hear him. We can't hear him.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, now we do.
Okay, I got you guys. Sorry, I'm like thousands and thousands of miles away.
Okay, well, what are you doing right now?
I am walking around the streets and people looking at me like I'm crazy because I'm yelling in the cell phone.
Oh.
Well, they're probably streaming. They probably hear you.
Yeah, I think. Huh.
Yes, my wife wanted me out of the room for a little while. Can you imagine that?
Yeah.
So, yeah, you moved things up, and we were wondering what was going on. What was on the itinerary? So it's the 3 o'clock hour over in Paris, or the 2 o'clock hour now, I guess.
Yes, we are in the 3 o'clock hour.
Okay.
Slowly approaching, and we are doing well. But like I said, my wife was happy to hear I had a work call, and she said, "Joe, take as much time as you need." I don't know what that means.
Huh. So what have you done over there so far? What have you seen?
Well, I tell you what, Doug, it's been amazing. I mean, it's I'm sure if you guys have been here, we've kind of been touching it all. But you know, my wife and I, we're not massive tourists. You know, we like to see a couple things, and then we like to take. I'll be honest, we were taking a lot of naps. We came a long way to take some good naps, but you know, when you got 5 kids, you got to find a nap. We had this whole master plan today to go to the Notre Dame, which we did, which was amazing. And then we were going to go to a couple museums and see a bunch of different stuff. And we did the Notre Dame. We looked at each other and said, "Man, you know what sounds good? A good fat nap." So we just woke up about an hour ago, believe it or not.
How about that?
Have they rebuilt all of Notre Dame?
the Notre Dame was incredible, by the way. I mean, it was massive. I don't know if you guys have been there. It was huge. Like, the steeples are massive, and everything is just well done. I mean, I tell you what, these French people, they know how to build stuff. I can't build a Lego, let alone a cathedral. I guess it took 200 years to build that doggone thing. Massive, huge.
Huh. Have you been to the Eiffel Tower yet?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
Have you been to the Eiffel Tower yet?
Yeah, no, I haven't been to the Eiffel Tower yet. We're slowly making our way there. We went to Monet's house the other day. That was something else.
Yeah, great impressionist painter. Is that what he was? We lost him again. Oh,
Is he gone?
Yeah, I'm going to try to call him again.
Okay.
The phone line's an issue, but the bingo card is not coming along. We need some help here.
Oh, really? How's the bingo card going, Chairman?
The only thing, and I was hesitant to even get it because Doug kind of led the witness, was the Eiffel Tower mention.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I forgot that.
That was coming regardless.
Yeah,
so.
probably.
But yeah, slow start, but, you know.
Okay. Well, something wrong with the cell phone tower on the Atlantic?
Do they have cell phones in Paris?
I don't know. I don't know how it works.
Guys, this crap's what makes the show great. Thanks. That's from Steven Time.
Gosh.
This program has had a problem historically with tech issues.
Yeah. I think this one's on Jackson.
Well, we did a live remote from, 45 minutes away, and we broadcast this show as well as the ESPN show at the same time.
Well, we wanted to give the listeners options.
Yeah. And then now we got a guy in France, so I think it's going to be a crapshoot.
Hi, Joe.
Hey, guys. We're just going to wing this thing. We're just going to do the very best we can. I got you now. That makes me excited.
Okay. Did Darth Vader join us for a second?
Buffalo Bob.
I think we're okay again.
I think you guys can hear me. I can hear you good as long as you can hear me.
Yes,
you're
we
good
can
now. You're good.
Yeah, we're good. Whew.
So far, it's been radio gold.
Really good.
Pull it off. Snag it. Joey, I love you. Most times you'll talk for about 6-7 minute stretches. This would be a good day for that since the back and forth doesn't seem to be going so well. Give us a full recap on the trip so far from A to Z.
Yeah, you bring up a good point there, Marty. Yeah, it's been awesome. Like I said, my wife and I, we've been sleeping more than ever. Coming all this way to catch a bunch of naps, but it's been good. The food's awesome. I'm in a complete bread and croissant coma. I told myself I wouldn't walk anywhere without a baguette in my hand, and I've held to that promise. So I've been eating a ton of bread. The butter here is ridiculous. I don't know what they put in their butter here, but it is so fat and so salty and so good. I got to learn how to make better butter at home. But we went to Monet's house. He was that artist that kind of dared to do things a little differently, if you will, where he kind of did different patterns and kind of went against what everyone else was doing during the time. We saw his house. The gardens were beautiful. We hit the Notre Dame this morning. The coolest spot we've probably seen is there's this chapel called the Saint Chapelle. It's a really small chapel, like on that same little island as the Notre Dame, but they have stained glass windows that stretch up like 1,000 meters, I believe. I mean, they're absolutely insane. You're kind of in awe. And like I was saying before, I can't build anything. Like I barely could put my chicken coop together. And these people, hundreds and hundreds of years ago, they're building these.
Lost him again.
Doug, no.
Hold on.
Someone keep tripping over the wiring?
Hello, Joe.
Doug, this is having shades of Earl Weaver. How many times did you go back?
You went back to Earl Weaver three
times. Never did get it.
Well, I'm going to try one more time.
Alex Bullard.
I'm going to try one more time.
And that was the lensman in Miami?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Want to get him on instead of Joey?
He's probably not with us anymore.
Okay. That's morbid. Joey Vitale being efforted now back in Paris.
A lot of texters disputing Joey's sips. They said you guys don't listen. He said a couple weeks ago that he stopped drinking. He's feeling great. So that may be an update on the Joey sips.
All right.
Character.
Well, Doug, you're right. The show's first international call is not going well. That's from Big Tuft, who wagered with Jackson on something yesterday, I think, or maybe Chairman Kurt. Hell, I don't know. Not my problem. Throw in a damn towel. That's from Rick Majerus' towel. I think he's in Paris, Texas. Bread, butter, and naps. That's from the 407.
He's in Texas?
Yeah, you could have just gone down to the lake to get some bread and take a nap.
I've made international calls before, and usually they go through, right? Usually they do.
Jackson's not in a good space.
Well,
we should have sent Doty to Paris. It's our fault.
Yeah.
Jackson's workshopping it over there. While he workshops it, I'll tell people that they can email in for the Design Air Heating and Cooling.
But there's no material to use.
That's right. Design Air Heating and Cooling the morning after at InsideSTL.com. Design Air is online at designairservice.com. Martin is a client. Doug is a client. And I'm a client. And they're the longest running sponsor on TMA going back a decade. Support the sponsors. That's the name of the game. And if you are in a spot where you need Seth Goldcamp's team to come over and tend to your air conditioning, all you need to do is go to designairservice.com. They'll be over there quick, fast, in a hurry. And the thing that so many listeners have experienced, no upselling, they fix it, they move on, they build your trust for the long term that way. You can count on it. It's Design Air Heating and Cooling online at designairservice.com. Sponsor of our email today, the morning after at InsideSTL.com. Jackson is efforting Joey Vitale, and we are hoping that it can happen. Guys, if I remember right, the Vivian call didn't have any issues. Somehow this is still perfect for the show, though. Thanks. That's from Scott's Wrinkled Ballsack. Doug, he lives on the Illinois Peninsula.
Okay.
ILL taking on Western Illinois a week from tonight.
I didn't remember that Vivian was from the Ukraine.
Oh, yeah.
Did she call us from Kiev?
Might have been Toronto, so that's international.
Oh, okay.
Let's see. If it went well, we would all have been shocked anyway. Keep failing. We all have rock bottom expectations for you. Doug, that's from your mom's lesbian lover.
Oh, gosh.
Tim, make some changes around there. That's from the Gray Summit. Grey Goose Guzzler.
Well, there's going to be consequences to this.
You think so?
Yeah.
Rich Gould used to say he would pull an intern aside and put his finger in his chest.
Because that'll
blame
solve
the
it.
intern for the Channel 11 news going off the rails.
Now you listen, pal. I told you I wanted Quiznos, and you came back with Jimmy John's. You're going to get an F. 920 and HD2 never had a dossier. Is this a Martin thing?
Martin, you created a dossier?
I did not.
Morning, Joe.
Joey Vitale rejoins us.
what
Doug,
could go
he's
wrong?
in Paris.
I've been all your millions of listeners are just hanging on the edge of their seat. We're going to try this one more time.
It sounds like you might have gone landline this time.
You know what? I ended up switching to the Wi-Fi, but the Wi-Fi wasn't working before. And then I asked the concierge, I said, Garçon, and he said, something in French, and he laughed at me. But anyway, I don't know how to say Wi-Fi in French. So eventually, I think we tried to figure it out. And, the language barrier has been a lot of fun here.
How is your French?
Messy, as I say. Messy, which is not technically a word. But my wife took French.
Oh, so she's been speaking with the natives?
And Brianna, what grade did you get in your French? She got a D-.
Not bad.
Yeah, she got a D-. So she's got enough to get us through. She's in there getting ready for our dinner. And, so we're getting by. There's actually more people that speak English here than I thought. Uber works here. Shout out, Uber. So that's good. Here's around from place to place. But, no, it's been I tell you what, it's been a really great trip. Like I said, we didn't really know what to expect. We had very low expectations, and we're just happy to get out of the house and away from the craziness. So overall, it's been great. Food's been incredible. We were trying to find all the Italian spots. They have great Italian food here in France, which I was not aware of. Matt Poling, I was texting him a little bit ago. Shout out Matty P. He just gave me another recommendation for a restaurant. So, yeah, looking forward to just eating, walking, seeing some stuff. The Louvre was incredible. We saw that Mona Lisa gal, which was she was something, and no one even knows who she is or what she is. But I was reading something the other day, Marty. You're going to like this, Marty. You're a good CBC guy. So,
yeah, when you think of art.
Yeah, Marty, Doug, you're a big art guy.
Oh gosh, yeah.
So you look at her face. My wife and I were looking at her face, and apparently, if you look at her lips, she looks like she's smiling, right? But then if you look at her eyes, or you wander, then she looks like she's frowning. And I was reading about what's going on there? And this is kind of fascinating. So Leonardo da Vinci, you know, he was kind of a psycho back in the day. He would, people would die. You know, people were dying all the time back then too. But people would die, and then he would like cut them open. Like he was really interested. You should look this up. He was interested in looking at the human anatomy. Like he wanted to know how the body works. So you can imagine back during the Renaissance when, you know, people would die, they would just bury them. And here this crazy old man was like cutting bodies open and looking at their intestines and how the whole digestive tract works. But what got interesting is that he went into the brain on some human bodies, and he found these like these cross connections between like different parts of the brain. And so he was one of the very first people to kind of pioneer this like optical illusions where you can kind of play off of things, you know, using your focus vision versus peripheral vision and why things look different when they see it in the peripheral. So that's kind of what he did with his shadowing of the Mona Lisa, which is it's kind of an illumination of a lot of mystery where people don't really quite understand what's going on. But this crazy old man, he was cutting brains open and looking at different things. And that's why, because of the shadow he uses, you don't know if that gal is smiling, frowning, crying, laughing. Pretty amazing photo, and you kind of get stuck looking at it. But we got up pretty close to it. We got up there right bright and early, and we got pretty close. It's a lot smaller than you think, but we saw it, and pretty amazing stuff. It's behind a bulletproof glass, which I don't know who would want to shoot it, but she's protected and she's good.
Yeah, I was amazed, too, how small it is. You think it's going to be some big, enormous painting. Not at all. And there's all kinds of signs. No flash photography.
No flash photography. I guess they say that because the more light that hits it, you know, I guess it could deteriorate the paint over time. I don't know much about paintings, Doug. Like you, you're a visionary.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. But not me. But no, it was amazing. I was amazed at how close you can get. We went to the Napoleon's apartment. You know, you ever been to Napoleon's apartment, Doug?
I have not. I drove by Vincent van Gogh's house, but I was never in Napoleon's apartment.
I was thinking Napoleon was kind of a big deal. He'd at least have a condo. He only had an apartment?
Yeah. He was busy.
Well, no, he lived in the Louvre because, you know, he was the king. You know, the Louvre, people don't realize this. It used to be the palace. Like think of Buckingham. Was it? Johnny, where is the palace in London? Is it Buckingham Palace?
Cut that off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Buckingham Palace. Like my wife, she's my historian. Okay. So you go to Buckingham Palace, and that's where royalty lives, right? Well, that's how it used to be here in France. They used to have all the people, all the kings and queens live, where essentially they turned it into a museum. So the Louvre used to be that. So when, you know, quick history story. So Napoleon was a king, and he had like this whole little area where he would, you know, hang out. And you know, Napoleon did something, Doug. You would never do this, Doug. You're a good man. But when he got appointed the king, you know, he was a little guy, but he was good at winning battles. So he would just win all these battles, and people were like, God, this short little minion is like winning all this land, and he's a pretty good little dude. So let's make him the king. So he wasn't born into royalty. So when he got appointed on his coronation, and there's a painting of this in the Louvre. And I didn't quite understand what it was until I went to the Notre Dame this morning where he was coronated to be the king. But so the Pope, up to that time, he would basically crown the king. So they would give the crown to the Pope, and the Pope would crown the king. So when they did this to Napoleon, boy, he talk about shots heard around the world. He grabbed the crown from, I don't know if he grabbed it, I shouldn't exaggerate, I wasn't there, but he took the crown from the Pope and he put it on himself, which was like a slap in the face to the Pope. And you don't do the Pope like that. You know what I mean?
No.
Marty? You know, we learned that at the CBC days, you know. So he kind of wronged the Pope, and he kind of dissed God, if you will. And then it was interesting that, you know, no one had done that up to that point. And then he just started losing like all these battles, and he was like basically shunned from all these countries. So a lot of people thought, you know, you mess with, as they say, Doug, you mess with the Pope, and you mess with the bull, you get the horns.
That's
kind
right.
of the same deal.
What do you mess with the Pope? What do you get? Hell? You mess with the bull, you get the horns. You mess with the Pope,
you get
penance.
I'm not sure. Let's ask Napoleon one day.
Okay.
Do people that visit Paris ever leave the city proper? Or you always you spend all the time in Paris, or do you go out to the countryside?
Well, so good point. So we went to Giverny. I don't know. It's spelled like Giverny, but I've been saying it 20 different ways.
Mispronunciation.
Giverny, I think.
Nice, Doug.
Giverny. Thanks, Doug. Good
That's
man.
where Monet's Gardens are at Giverny.
Yeah, we went there, Doug. Good man. Yeah, we went there. We saw a bunch of, people don't know this, but he created that little swamp. Like that was a man-made swamp he made. And I thought it was just the nature he found, but he wanted to create his own little garden. He was going from, honey, where was he going from? Paris to Normandy? Yeah, he was going from Paris to Normandy. He was traveling.
She's really listening.
Just laugh.
She says
in the
yes.
YouTube chat, the 101 though.
She just says yes. Whatever he says, yes.
Maybe my wife will just call in next week. You guys would be more entertained than me.
Oh, we've got questions.
Yeah, Lipstick Lass actually says, I would love to hear from Mrs. Vitale.
You know what? That would be fun. Maybe we'll come in the studio when the kids all get settled into school. We could have a really fun back and forth. You guys would be amazed. Anyway, yeah, Giverny or whatever you want to call it. It was a town that he would travel through. He was going from Normandy to Paris, and he just loved the hills. So he loved the lighting of the hills, and so he just settled there. Now he was broke, and he rented an apartment, and he was, obviously I think his wife died, all his kids died. It was a tragic story. So he's up there just depressed and probably drinking and smoking, doing all the things that I'd probably be doing if I lost my family. And he's living up there, and he just created this garden with a swamp because he loved the way the colors were reflecting. So we saw it all, Doug, just like you. We saw the gardens, we saw the swamp, or I guess it's more of a pond, or lily pad pond or something. But then he has a bunch of white cows out there, and so we saw that. So we got out there, and I think we're going to go to the Van Gogh's town, like you mentioned, tomorrow. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that town. I mean, that's like 4 different words.
Yeah, don't do it. You'll hurt yourself.
La Trenca, how you say one of those. And so we're going to go there, and I think that's where his home, his tomb is there. I think he shot himself, so he went through a lot. These artists went through a lot. If you look at it, I know they created some great pieces, but they seemed like they were going through a lot in their life. So I know Van Gogh had a tough go as well. But we're going to see the wheat fields where he painted a lot of his stuff from, and yeah, these train rides are nice. We took some Ubers everywhere, and we're getting out of town here a little bit, so I need a little bit of quiet. And my wife too. The crowds can be a little overwhelming at times. So yeah, we're finding these little day trips where we're kind of ducking away a little bit and doing some different things.
Huh. Well, how long are you going to be over there?
Let's see. We're going to be here another couple days. Yeah, another couple days. It's kind of hard with the time change. We're still trying to figure all that out.
Yeah.
Getting messages from our kids at like 3 a.m. That's been a little bit of a challenge. But we got my mom there, and she's hanging in tough, and she's got the kids jumping around everywhere they ought to be. And but we're going to be here another couple days. But highly recommend for anyone who is into the travel thing. And not many sports over here. You don't see signs for sports. I think that Mbappe, whatever that guy's name is, he's big. He's a big star over here.
He plays in Spain now.
Oh, he does play in Spain? Yeah, I saw a couple of jerseys. Maybe, I guess he's from France.
But PSG plays today, Joey. They play at like 7:45.
Oh, get on over there.
Parc des Princes.
See, you would never know that. People don't wear jerseys here. There's no signs for sports. It's just everyone's just walking. No one wears makeup here. The women all dress very modestly. I don't think I've seen one pair. We were talking about yoga pants last week. I haven't seen not that I'm looking, of course.
No,
but, I haven't seen one pair of yoga pants. Nobody wears a bra here. I mean, that is crazy. No one's wearing bras. Not that I've noticed either. My wife's been telling me, and it's a different way of living.
Do you think did the Blues sign Texier so they'd get more fans from Paris coming over here?
That's a good question, Marty. I haven't seen no Tex Man, but I think that the Tex Man. No, I haven't seen him yet, but I'm hoping that maybe you would think you'd see a Blues jersey or two because there's not a lot of French players that play in the league, but I haven't seen it yet. It's just not a lot of sports happening, at least in my area.
A lot of people have asked questions, and I'll do them rapid fire so we don't have to go back and forth. They want to know if you've had croissants, if you've had foie gras, recommendation on a restaurant, and also whether it's true that you make sourdough bread. There you go. Those are rapid fire.
Yes, sourdough bread, yes. Ton of baguettes I've eaten. I've had a croissant, at least 4 every day. I'm trying to rank them. That's kind of one of my big goals. I got to have, like I said, a piece of bread or a croissant in my hand. So far, Les Isabelle has been the best in France. Shout out Les Isabelle. And so that's been fantastic. What was it on? Yes, they make sourdough bread. Frenchy Alto is an Italian spot. We sat on the street. Very friendly service. My wife got these little dumpling balls. What were they called, honey? They were called nudies. They're called little
nudies.
Balls.
Okay, that's cute.
Yeah, they're called little nudie balls. They're like the size of a golf ball, but they are soft as pillows. I just want to snuggle up with them. They were so good. They put that over some fried sage and like this brown butter sauce, just yum yum in my tum-tum. And, I just think that, I think I answered all the questions they had. Yeah, I am in a full-on butter croissant coma, as I mentioned. That's all I've been really eating, and I've never been happier.
You gaining a lot of weight the way you're eating over there?
No way, Doug. No way. They just walk everywhere here. Everyone's walking. Everyone's in shape. I mean, I'm the most out-of-place human probably in France. I got my big old rear end from my hockey days. People are like, what is this guy? He must be an American. And they're absolutely right. So, no, everyone stays in incredible shape. Everyone wears those tight jeans. All the guys wear those tight jeans, too. I can't wear those tight jeans. That doesn't work on my lower section, Doug. Can you wear tight jeans, Doug?
Oh, of course.
Yeah, he does.
The women demand it as much as anything. It does hit you when you go to another country that everyone seems to be kind of slim and trim and in shape.
Whoa.
And then you come here and you go, what in the hell are these people eating?
Yes. What are we eating? What are we wearing? I mean, at home, everyone wears pajamas to go to the coffee shop. It's just different here. You go to Caldi's or Starbucks. Shout out Caldi's and Starbucks, and you go there. And people are walking in their pajamas, looking all sloppy, hair's up in buns. Like where are we going? Why are we in such a hurry here? Like you can't even get stuff to go. My very first day, my wife would tell you. She's in the background. She knows if I'm lying. She goes, Joey, I really feel like a hot chocolate. Ooh, I got to talk about hot chocolates in a second. She said, honey, I feel like a hot chocolate. And I said, you know what, honey? I'm the husband of the year. I'm going to go get you a hot chocolate. I'll be right back. So I go to two different cafes, and I say, scusi, me one tea, hot chocolate-y. And they looked at me like I was crazy, but I think they got it. And they say, sit. And I said, no, for scusi, got to go, home for my wifey. And they say, no to go, sit. And I said, no, I got it to go. They said, then you go. And they don't let you take things to go. They don't have to-go cups because at these cafes, everyone's sitting down. Like, Doug, you remember, everyone's sitting down and they're enjoying each other's company. No one's in a hurry, and no one's got their phones out. They're just talking to each other. And here's the other thing they do a lot here, I'm noticing in Paris. Everyone just stares at everyone. Right?
Really? That surprises me.
Everybody just stares. Like when they sit down at these cafes, get this, they don't even face each other outside. Like think of like a park bench or like a table with two chairs. You typically face each other. In France, as I've noticed on the streets, their chairs face the street, both of them. So people are side by side. And they're having a conversation, but they're just looking at people. Not like out of judgment eyes. They're just kind of looking at people walk and dress and who's that. And so it's just a big social thing where they do that. So that's kind of how things are here. I want to try to do a little more of that at home where I can kind of slow down a little bit. But the hot chocolate here is ridiculous. Doug, do you have any of that hot chocolate?
I don't remember if I did. It's been a few years since I was there.
I tell you what, it is thick. It is thick. It is not like the powder puffy stuff we have at home. You have the powder and then the little fake marshmallows and the water. I mean, they pour these hot chocolates. Angelina's is fantastic. Shout out, Angelina.
Angelina's, Doug.
Big one.
It's like velvet. It's like melted chocolate in a cup, and then they put this like cream stuff on top, and it's just the best thing you've ever had in your life. So I got to go home and figure out how to up my hot chocolate game too.
Yeah,
nice, real nice hot chocolate game.
Yes.
Well, it sounds like you're having a fantastic vacation.
It's been wonderful. Oh yeah, it's been wonderful, and we're just gonna keep the party going. We're going to this Musée des Oreilles. I can't speak French. I don't know how to say anything. But it's like this another Picasso museum. My wife, she loves art. She was an art major, graphic design major, but she used to do a lot of art stuff in college. But I'm really fascinated by it. I'm really intrigued by the art, and you see all these pieces on textbooks and the internet, and all of a sudden you're standing right in front of this thing. You're like, oh my gosh, like there it is. I've seen this, Virgin on the Rock. I've seen this Mona Lisa. I've seen, that we're going to see the Starry Night tonight. Like I've seen all these things in books, and then boom, it's like right there, and it's pretty incredible. So yeah, we're looking forward to doing that, and then we're going to ABBA. You guys like ABBA? You like ABBA?
Sure.
Doug, you enjoy ABBA?
Yeah, I liked ABBA.
Dancing Queen.
Mm-hmm. Oh, they had a string of hits.
Yeah, ABBA was incredible. That's probably my favorite band of all time. It's probably a hidden known fact you guys didn't know about me. So there's this candlelight band that's playing ABBA tribute songs under like all these candles at like 9:30 tonight. So we're going to go to that. Hopefully we'll be up in time, but we're going to try to, since we took a good nap today, we're going to try to do that a little bit later on. So ABBA, that should be fantastic and hopefully a great memory as well. But overall, the whole city, it's got so much to offer. Every street's just as good as the next. There's no good parts of town, bad parts of town. Everywhere looks the exact same with shops and cafes, and people are just grabbing things. You know what I love here about this place here, Timmy, is it's acceptable just to have a baguette in your hand, just munching it down the street. I'm going to start doing that more at home. You're going to see me at morning skates. I'm going to be going to Blues games, and I'm just going to have a baguette in my hand. I'm just going to start gnawing on a baguette because I don't care, because that's what they do here in Paris.
This man's just going to eat baguettes all day. He's going to be walking around with a baguette in his hand in St. Louis. Maybe he's going to set a trend.
And beat my kids with it. I'm not just kidding. You know, kind of whack them with it. They're misbehaving, not doing their homework too.
Maybe buy a couple bags and bring them over here and sell them.
Yeah, I could probably do something like that. Yeah. Make a little business out of it.
I think so. Yeah, you get that through customs, no problem.
I don't think customs should be too big.
They
of an
wouldn't
issue.
care. No, I don't think they would.
No, I don't think they would.
Doug, Joey Vitale is brought to us by Schaefer Door Company every Friday, even when he is in Paris. That's commitment to the segment. Joey, we'll let you return to your wife, your vacation. We hope you have a wonderful time. Doug, we have learned a little something about Paris and France today, and I think we're all better for it.
You boys, it's always a pleasure. When I landed in Paris 4 days ago, I've been looking forward to this conversation, and we did it, and we nailed it. You know, it took a couple hurdles, a little bit of maturing to get to where we were. A couple hiccups there, and shout out Jackson Burkett, the great captain, for leading the charge the whole way. And you know, he told me today that this conversation was going to be quote unquote magical, and I like to think that today's conversation was magical.
You're my guy, Joe.
Look at that. Look at that. What a bonding moment. Joey, enjoy the vacation. We appreciate you taking the time to call in from Paris. Thank you, brother.
Thank you, boys. Have a great day.
You too. It's Joey Vitale live from Paris, France, Doug. And Jackson, I think when it was all said and done, the people can agree that you were able to pull it off, and that's why you got that C right there on your sweater. That's why he's got a heavy sweater.
Well, it's about resiliency. You know, you can't be struck down by a little adversity.
No.
But in fairness, I can only do so much, but that works both ways. You know, when it doesn't work, I can only do so much. And when it goes well, appreciate any compliments, but I can only do so much.
You can.
You know, so thank you to Joe, for real, for doing that and working through the adversity as well.
My favorite text was, his wife will probably hide his passport. And in other words, she'll just leave him behind.
Then he won't be able to carry baguettes around St. Louis to the rink for the morning skate.
I think the bingo card was slow to start, but Chairman, I feel like it picked up.
Did he get it? Did we bingo?
No, we missed it. We had 3 spots where we just needed one thing. A lemming comment would have got us there. Using the phrase French kiss or the animal sound. He didn't make any animal sound.
Animal
That's disappointing.
No animal
You don't
sound.
think of animals when you think of Paris and France, really?
How about that one right there?
Yeah, that would have been one.
There's stingray. There's a porpoise. The program is called TMA, and it's presented by Brown and Crouppen. It is internationally renowned. It airs both on 101 ESPN, the TMA STL YouTube channel. We head into the Fisher Window and Door Store, 8 o'clock hour. This is the morning after on 101 ESPN.
This sounds like high school kids playing in somebody's garage.
This is Scorpions on their tour, Doug.
Yeah, well, that's what it sounds like.
Is that 80? You think 88-ish? Maybe earlier?
Know.
Is it earlier than that? I don't know.
I don't know.
Oh, what a wonderful rendition.
How'd they get the record contract? What am I missing there? That's just somebody banging on a drum, right?
Well, I think they recorded the song so long ago.
Hurricane?
Hurricane, that's right, Martin.
That aging process can be a fickle mistress.
Oh, okay. So that's what we just heard was these guys now in their senior citizen years trying to resurrect it. Okay. Cut them some slack then.
You can cut Scorpion some slack by texting in 314-399-9646. You can go in that Michelob Ultra YouTube chat. St. Charles Kyle just said Doug's really glowing today. You see that, Doug?
Yeah, my lighting's too much. Too much f-stop.
You want me to close the blinds? We're getting to the point in the year, Jackson, where you're going to start to see our friend the sun.
Yeah, but it's okay right now.
Is it?
I'd say we keep it. I like.
Doug's not happy with his lighting.
It's the camera setup.
I got a lot of issues, but we fight through it.
Wow, you just kind of got talked down to about your resilience.
I wasn't going to fight through it.
Some about bootstraps and pulling yourself up high.
The subject came up that I was glowing, and I'm explaining why I'm glowing.
I'm glowing with youthful energy is what I see.
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
Big, beautiful view of Olive.
Yeah.
Cars are whipping on by. Happy Friday, everybody. Make the most of it.
Beautiful day in St. Louis, and why the forecast is glorious for this weekend and the next week. I mean, sweet mother of mercy. It's unbelievable. And Martin, that doesn't mean we forget about our friends at Design Air Heating and Cooling.
Design Air is a name you need to know year-round because whether it's heating in the wintertime, cooling summertime, it's going to have an issue at some point, and that's when you say, boy, who do I call? Who do I contact? And you know the answer? It's Design Air. Website's real simple. DesignAirService.com. Set up an appointment. As we get closer to the winter season, it's a good idea to get a little tune-up. And whenever you call Design Air, they'll be out there quick, get you up and running without selling you something you don't need. Love hearing the stories from the loyal listeners who have used Design Air like we all have and have had the same exact experience. There's consistency there. It's the reason they've been doing this for more than a century. Seth Goldcamp is fourth generation, family-owned business. They keep their name on it. They're behind it. They're not selling it to an out-of-town company. It's family-owned, based in St. Louis. That's a great thing to know, and they'll be here for years to come. So for all your heating and cooling needs year-round, there's only one name you need to know. It is Design Air, online at designairservice.com.
Email in the morning after at InsideSTL.com for the Design Air Heating and Cooling email today. Still time for you to win this month, but Buck Swope is in the lead. Design Air Heating and Cooling email today coming your way at 10:45. I have to head out a little early for a charity golf tournament for my son's school. Martin, you were going to say onboarding was pushed back today because of this.
Heim said he's sort of like done with all of his homework and paperwork, so he's bugged out. So I said, I'm not going if he's not going.
See, there you go. So Martin will be here until 11 o'clock. So SEC announcing yesterday now that all the SEC teams will play 9 conference games, moving up from 8 conference games beginning in 2026. The schools are allowed to send in a list of desired opponents that are regular opponents because the deal is, Doug, they will play 3 teams every year and then 6 teams every other year. So there will be do you mind me saying a rota?
I don't care for it, no. Please don't.
Rotation. So the 3 regular opponents that Missouri will play every year. Missouri has submitted a list of their preferred opponents. Doug, Power Mizzou, the Colonel, Gabe DeArmond, able to acquire that list. It is on Power Mizzou. I bet you have not read it yet. Who do you think Missouri's list of requested opponents? They get 3. Every school is able to submit a list of requested opponents. Who do you think Missouri requested?
I would say Arkansas.
Yes!
Okay, that was the easy one. I would say they would probably like to play Kentucky.
No, I'm
Close.
sorry.
Vanderbilt.
Yes.
Get that W if they can.
What about South Carolina? That has a little bit of a rivalry.
The Colonel would like to see him play South Carolina. He gave his list.
How about Oklahoma?
That's correct.
Okay.
Yeah, South Carolina not on there from Missouri's list per PowerMizzou.com. Gabe DeArmond said he would like it to be Oklahoma, South Carolina, and Ole Miss. Hotty Toddy. His reasoning for the Ole Miss one is he feels Ole Miss is the best comp for Missouri in the SEC. Jackson is agreeing with that. It looks
he's
like
pondering it.
I never really thought about it that way, but it does make sense. Like, I get it.
Not a powerhouse, but you can win 8-9.
Yeah, a team that has shown it can flash and be right there, but mostly more middle of the pack. But kind of an exciting, yet middle of the pack.
They should put down Mississippi State. For what reason? We think they'll be bad for a while. Did they put Vandy down because of all the Mizzou alums in Nashville, Tim? Or did they think, what? Maybe that's a... Did every team put down Vandy?
Well, don't you figure nobody's going to put down Alabama and Georgia?
Correct.
So what?
Although Auburn, Alabama.
That's got to happen. I mean, Alabama has... I'm going to ask before I say it because I don't want to prejudice. Jackson, I'm going to go to you because I feel like you're the most into this next to me on the dais. Who do you think Alabama's 3 would be?
Alabama's 3 would be Auburn.
Yeah.
It would probably be Ole Miss.
Ole Miss. Interesting.
And then Georgia is like the team that comes to mind, but I don't know if they would want every year to play Georgia.
No.
It's to me, it's for sure Auburn. But I also think Tennessee. That's a huge tradition.
If it wasn't Georgia, I was gonna say Tennessee. So,
and then I would also say the Alabama LSU thing. Is intense too. But then
do you want to play LSU?
But then if you're Alabama, my God, look what you're inviting in.
Right.
And meanwhile, Missouri's over there requesting Vanderbilt and Arkansas and Oklahoma.
Yeah, if you're a school that you're going to sell out your building regardless of who you play, why do you want to play the top teams and risk losing?
They should have
missing out a chance to be in the playoff.
Auburn has to be. Can't avoid that.
No.
And probably same with Tennessee. That's a good point, Tim. I didn't think about that. You got to probably have Tennessee in there. But the third one, they can't request Vanderbilt as well. Everyone can't request Vanderbilt, you know.
How about Hotty Toddy? The texture name is Hotty Toddy.
Nice.
How disrespectful. Lane is such a better head coach than freaking Eli. They're not comparable programs. I don't think we're comparing coaches, but I think programs kind of ceiling maybe is what we're talking about. But Hotty Toddy, not happy with the comp.
Are other teams picking Mizzou? Is Mizzou everybody else's Vanderbilt? That's from Mr. Licks. And boy, Mr. Licks is coming after the Fighting Tigers.
Could be. Well, who's ultimately going to get to decide what the 3 teams are? Is that the commissioner?
Gabe
gets to make the call. Okay.
Tennessee, Arkansas, South Carolina.
Okay.
I would think
context.
Yes.
I think this is the gentleman's preferred regular opponents for Missouri.
I think it should be Oklahoma because of the history. And now that they're in the SEC, that's the game. That's the team.
I would tell you, Martin, that if I could wager, I would bet Oklahoma and Arkansas are 2 that are going to be there. The third one is the one that is intrigue. I would imagine that Tennessee and Vanderbilt are going to be regulars. That's my guess. So then Vanderbilt has 2 left.
They may pick Mizzou as a chance to win.
Well, I would love for that to be public.
That'd be a place where Missouri fans could travel to Vanderbilt.
Yeah, it's fun.
Always a fun
and you
trip.
wouldn't think that they would saddle Vanderbilt with Georgia, Alabama, and LSU as the 3 teams they got to put, or Tennessee, Georgia, and Alabama. They're not going to want to do that to them.
Yeah.
And you're going to play a lot of these teams in the other 6 games.
Do you know
These
the
are
last
just the
time
3 permanent?
Mizzou played Ole Miss?
Feels like it's been a while.
I remember they played them in 2013 in Oxford. But, Doug, have they played them since then?
If they have, I don't remember it.
2019 they played. That
Feels
was the
like
last
Drew
time.
Lock played them, no?
That would have been...
Post?
Was it in Oxford or Columbia?
That was in Columbia. And Kelly Bryant was the quarterback. Not the worst game of Kelly Bryant's career.
That was another big
W.
win. That was another big win for Mizzou that we thought was going to do more.
I think that was a really rough Ole Miss year.
The Kelly Bryant sweepstakes.
Yeah, that also went. Sorry, the trip to Laramie, that did not go well.
Would Oklahoma's list be Missouri, Texas, and Arkansas? Well, that's the thing. So you got to play these out. Because Oklahoma's going to put Texas on there.
Have to.
Arkansas is going to put Texas on there.
Yep.
And then I would think Texas also has A&M.
Yep.
Am I missing any obvious Texas plays?
No,
That's pretty stout.
I'd say Oklahoma, Arkansas.
So, we can kind of do these and then find out who. Ole Miss is going to have Mississippi State.
Yep. Ole Miss is going to have Mississippi State.
I do kind of like the South Carolina one.
Yeah, I think it makes sense.
It's kind of random, and I don't know what South Carolina's obvious ones would be, but to me, Oklahoma, Arkansas are the two that would be in the ones that I would, if I were betting, I would feel real confident on.
What a major diss it would be to a program to show up on everyone's wish list as a team to play.
Yeah, that would be tough. South Carolina feels like it would be like Florida in there, maybe Florida, Missouri, and they'll probably see if they could win the Vanderbilt sweepstakes.
but Florida's going to have, they're going to have Georgia.
Yeah.
LSU's a huge rivalry, and Tennessee's a tradition too.
Yeah. Well, then Tennessee's going to have Alabama, Florida,
and Vanderbilt. See, that's how they get their balance.
Actually, yeah.
See, I feel like we can kind of do these.
Yeah.
Doug, do you mind? It's like a Matt Kuchar top 10. We can backdoor it.
Okay, go ahead and do them to your little heart's desire.
Thank you. Why are you saying my heart's little?
Everything's little.
God bless it all.
There, I said it.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
He's leaving.
So subtle.
Yeah, an hour. Doug, DJ is on the Callier and Thompson phone lines. He wants to talk it over with you.
All right. Hello, DJ.
Hey, how you doing, sir?
Fine. You?
Sir.
Good. I just wanted to kind of touch on this Jerry Micah Parsons situation. There's two parts to it. I mean, so I did 20 years in the Marine Corps, and you're under contract, and then you sign another contract when you're done with that first contract. The thing is, like, I know it's different, and you can't just get out. You could choose not to go anymore, but you get a other than honorable discharge, But what my point is that Micah is under contract, and he's choosing. No, I don't want the money that I'm getting for the contract. I want more money. Like, but if for some reason he didn't play well or whatever, like, Jerry can't say, "Oh, I'm not going to pay you now," even though you're under contract because you didn't play as well as I thought you were going to play. I mean, that's the part I don't like about the whole thing is. You sign an initial contract, and you should have to play it out. If that's what you agreed to, you should have to honor that contract. And then when the time comes to re-sign, then you re-sign. But I mean, obviously, I don't like the way Jerry Jones handles, the media part of it, and makes a circus out of it.
Right.
That's why the highest grossing franchise in all of sports is because he always makes it, even when they're losing, he always makes them an item.
DJ, are you taking questions?
Strong call.
Oh, sure.
Okay, do you think Jerry, with all of these contracts, drags it out on purpose, knowing it'll get done, but just loves they're talking about them Cowboys?
I do. I do. Okay. I believe, he likes the attention. He likes the publicity. I mean, he did the same thing with C.D. Lamb and Dak.
All right, DJ,
what about Emmitt Smith? I mean, that was a famous one in 1993.
Right. Yep. Yeah, absolutely.
DJ, one more question for you. Why did you think we would be talking about Micah Parsons right now?
Well, I mean, it's all over. I mean, that's all you hear is
DJ Chuckle. I like that.
Yeah.
Chuck is part of it. We were talking about Mizzou's SEC opponents. We were actually talking sports, Tim. How about that? Well, DJ's been on hold for a while, I think.
Oh.
No, that's right.
Well, it'll be interesting to see how it all plays out.
Yeah, Doug, thanks for clearing it up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
DJ.
Thank you, DJ.
Thanks.
We'll talk. We'll certainly get into it.
All right. Micah Parsons, let's put that on the poll.
What are we doing?
Strong call. Chuck.
Was there a question in there?
Yeah,
what the hell are we doing?
Sorry.
What the hell are we doing? That's Sam Pittman. Makes like $6 or $7 million, and they'll go. What will they go, Doug? 5 and 7?
I have never heard of your team.
What show do these people think they're calling into? What the hell is going on here, Doug? That's the old Appleton stepdad.
Yeah.
He sits down there in old Appleton, and he rocks back and forth, Martin, with Country Time Lemonade.
Right there on the way to Cape.
Once every couple weeks or so, I get one of those, and I'm pretty sure they think they're calling the national ESPN radio. And
just getting right on.
I like the DJ's vibe, so
Oh, yeah, no, he's great. Anybody does 20 years in the old, what was he saying, the Marine Corps? Good
Yeah, thank you for your service.
Mac, who had the Steelers call a couple of weeks back, we all actually know his dad, and he said he didn't know his son was calling in, and he told him they don't take calls like that.
What are you talking about? We just took prime example.
But in theory.
This is a show where friends feel they can drop by.
Here we go. We'll get to under construction later. We'll get to cute, fun town names later. But for now,
are they great?
what do you got? Bring it. It's a What Do You Got Friday. 9
Give it, take, don't suck.
See if you can compete with DJ. 314-974-0101. Collier and Thompson phone lines. That's how you can get involved. You can also text in, as many are doing. For every phone call, there's about 300 texts in response to the phone calls.
Hostile.
314-399-9646. And, of course, you've got that Michelob Ultra YouTube chat where friends have gathered, 235 of them in there, Doug. Lex Luthor's talking to Too Fat to Kayak, who's talking to Walrus King, who's talking to Tim McKernan's Meat and Potatoes, and there is Bill Reloaded saying Dak is a top 25 quarterback in the National Football League.
Ooh, that's top 25.
But of the Orlovsky 7, where does he fall? Right. Footwork, poise, timing, winnability, runability.
I like that hip drill he does.
Okay, stop with the hips.
Nice.
It's great
that
for,
could be.
great
Do
for
it again, Jax. That could be a gift.
Okay,
great
don't
for
do
a
that.
golf swing.
Or a GIF.
Okay. So is Micah Parsons going to play now? Their offer was the richest for a non-quarterback ever?
Probably get worked out.
Yeah.
But I'm fresh on the Cowboys holdout thing because I'm watching that Cowboys Netflix series.
yeah.
Everybody's raving about it.
You dropped that Emmett pretty quick, and I'm like, he's watching
He's
the Netflix.
exactly right.
He's watching
and I had forgotten about that. But the guy that they had replace Emmitt Smith when he was holding out fumbled in the first 2 games when they're the defending Super Bowl champions. And so Emmett's leverage went up, and he got to be the highest paid running back, surpassing. Anybody want to take a guess? Take yourself back to early 90s NFL.
Barry Sanders?
No.
Initials, please.
Hold on. I think we can get there.
Early 90s? Not Herschel.
I apologize, but I missed the question. I am so sorry.
I kind of did too.
Jackson, give Martin one of your Adderall key
I'm so
bumps.
sorry.
Just want to go digging through my Advil bottle.
All of a sudden, I've got a combo of Propecia, Advil, and Adderall.
Yeah, it's a wild cocktail.
Lost his helmet in the Super Bowl.
Oh, Thurman.
Yes. So Jerry Jones enjoys the holdouts. And one of the things he said in the most recent episode, and I cannot recommend this Netflix series enough. It is so good. Is he's like, yeah, it's good if people are talking about it. So we just decided to turn it into a soap opera. And it was kind of a business model.
So that's what he embraced.
He embraces it in a major way. Yes.
Not a surprise. That's interesting, though. So maybe it wasn't the model, but he realized how it worked.
And plus with the personalities, and that's one of the reasons why this Netflix, it's 8 episodes. It reminds me in a way of The Last Dance, except the personalities are more compelling because you have Jerry Jones, Jimmy Johnson. You have Michael Irvin. Martin, you've had some fun with Michael Irvin. He obviously is more than happy to say anything. They even get some people from the other side. Jim Kelly's on there. Herschel Walker's on there. Steve Young, Jerry Rice for their showdowns. It's and I'm only in episode 3 or 4. It's outstanding. But yes, Emmitt Smith in the holdout, and that was the beginning of the holdouts with Jerry Jones.
Sure.
Emmitt Smith is the all-time leading ground gainer, right? He doesn't
Don't say ground gainer, Doug. Don't say ground gainer.
He doesn't seem to me, when you start talking about the best running backs of all time, he doesn't really come to mind for me.
It's the value of an offensive line.
He endured.
Yeah.
Played a long
Don't forget
time.
the Moose.
Mark Messier?
Oh, boy.
Wasn't that his nickname, the Moose?
I don't know that that's Messier's nickname. I am not sure. You could be correct. I apologize.
The Messiah.
I've never heard that.
Yeah, Messiah.
But Moose Johnston of your UFL fame spends a lot of time with Edward Jonestown.
But you wouldn't put Emmitt Smith on your Mount Rushmore running backs, would you?
No.
I got to tell you, Jackson, Mark Messier has multiple nicknames, but one of them is Moose.
Okay,
Huge win
look
for
at you.
Jackson and the
Look at
hockey
you.
community. They say he doesn't love the game of hockey, and they might be right, but right there, He just showed you that this guy's willing to do the show prep. He's willing to do the work.
Yeah. I'm a puckman.
How did you know
I'm
that?
a puckman.
That was a stunning development.
Yeah. Well, you can electrocute me and tase me all you want. I'm not going to tell you how I know.
Would you like to be tased someday, just to see how it
if you're
feels?
into that kink, we're not going to shame you.
I appreciate that, but
Boy,
no.
did anybody locally ever get tased while on
I seem to remember
camera?
somebody. I don't recall
Because it
who
would have been
was.
great for ratings. Coming up tonight, Doug will have highlights of the Cards and Mets. Plus, I get tased.
It'd be dangerous to tase a person of a certain age. It could stop their heart.
Wow.
Come on, babe. Put the bag down. You can't make me put this thing.
Oh, I got him.
More tonight at 10 after the game.
Got him right in the chest.
Yeah, that's where they got him.
Live to tell.
No, I don't think I'd want to be tased.
But you would, other than give up your hockey source?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
In reference to
Moose.
Best Picture winner.
I got to say, that's
Slumdog
one of the
Millionaire.
biggest upsets ever. I didn't know Messier was ever known as Moose. And
I knew
you
of
did.
Mess. I knew of the Messiah.
Wow,
Moose, no. But you know what? When we got somebody who knows the game, who loves the game like Jackson,
Puckman.
we lean on him.
Doffed his cap.
He did doff his cap. The program is called TMA. We got the drops of the week coming up here in a matter of moments. It is the morning after, presented to you by Brown and Crouppen on 101 ESPN and the TMA STL YouTube channel. Aesthetic design and build. Man, oh man, if you have worked with aesthetic design and build over the last few months, Dan and his team, you are sitting pretty for the weather we are about to experience in the St. Louis area. Man, is it going to be perfect, especially with the holiday weekend coming up next weekend and the forecast we have over the next week. Customizable outdoor living spaces. That's what they do. If you want to check it out, you can go to aestheticdesignandbuild.com. Or you can check out the showroom that Aesthetic Design and Build has in Chesterfield Valley. I've been there. They walk me through all the different types of custom work that they are capable of doing, from a full-on custom deck to adding on a pergola, or even if you're looking to shade your covered patio with retractable screens, they really do have answers for it all. I've had them to my home. I recommend you have them to yours. Call them at 636-532-5008 or visit them online at aestheticdesignandbuild.com and let them know I sent you their way. It's Team 811 ESPN. The program presented to you by Brown and Crouppen, Fisher Window and Door Store, sponsor of the 8 o'clock hour here on the program. Jackson bringing us back with some Dua Lipa. I'm going to ask our music theme for today, Friday, August 22nd, 2025.
Dua Lipa's birthday.
Is that right? Doug, how old do you think Dua Lipa is?
Oh, 27.
I was going to go 28. I'm not Price is Writing you.
Big 3-0 for Dua Lipa.
Is that right?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, they call her Moose.
Nice.
No woman really wants the nickname Moose.
They don't really. People are texting in. Mike Mussina. And how about the Blues goalie that's nickname was Moose? Do you know that one, Jack? You're a puckman. You've been doffing caps this morning.
Manny Legacy.
Brian Elliott.
Kiddells.
Yeah, somebody texted in.
Underrated goalie.
He's still at the top of many of the Blues goalie lists.
Yeah, he was good.
Talk about it. Take your calls unless you want to talk Micah Parsons.
Yeah, we are taking a lot of Micah Parsons
Clear the
calls
lines
this morning. Doug, did you get a chance to listen to Felger and Maserati yesterday?
Should have. I didn't do my show prep, so the answer sadly is no.
Guess the market just based on the names.
New York.
No, sir.
Felsner and Maserati.
Felger and Maserati.
Philadelphia.
That would have been the one I would have gone with.
Mm-hmm. But obviously I'm wrong.
That's
still
correct.
Well, can I have initials of the city?
B.
O.S.
Bluffton? Is
Bluffton,
it in
South Carolina.
Bluffton? Really?
This is from Boston's 98.5. Papers, what do we have going on?
So some background on this. Bill Belichick, now head coach of the North Carolina Tar Heels football team, was interviewed by the Boston Globe's Ben Volin. Did an exclusive with him talking about his time so far in Chapel Hill. And Belichick said it's a much more cohesive and I'd say unified view of what we're trying to do. It's a lot of football. There's not much in your way. There's no owner. There's no owner's son, he continued. There's no cap. Everything that goes with marketing, everything else, which I'm all for. So the owner and the owner's son comment were taken as shots at Robert Kraft, his former boss. And this is Boston Sports Radio just kind of reacting to the story.
He's an a-hole. He is. He's an ass. The guy's been an ass his whole life. Why should he stop being an ass now?
Mario, you have a thought?
Yeah, the piece is pure BB, and by that I don't mean pure Bill Belichick. It's pure big baby. He's a big baby. It's always everyone else's fault. Everything Maz just said, too. Stay out of my way. I'm going to do it my way. So it's family interference, complaining about that at the pro level, and that's why, he's no longer coaching in the NFL. The usual shot you get at this point against the Crafts. Funny, no mention of the young Floozy who's running his life on and off the field, but I'm sure that's why Ben got the exclusive anyway, because, to do this, I'm sure he's like, don't ask any questions about her. But yeah, he's not over it, and he's never going to be over it. And look, maybe if you're still rooting for him, I'm not one of these people. I hope he falls flat on his face at UNC, but maybe this motivates him to have a good program down there.
They're going to dump your ass, and that's going to be the end of it.
Well, they probably already should have, considering everything that happened there, or at least I would have, but then I have my bias. But I don't know. I think he has a pass right now because a lot of these hillbillies are enamored with him.
Gosh, these guys don't mess around.
Ever.
If he can look like this delusional, obstinate, completely arrogant, out of his mind, horny, old, half-nuts old man, and go 10-1 and go to the NCAA playoffs, that's a cool story. Yeah, he's nuts, but the old guy still got it.
Wow, that's a takedown. And in their dossier, it said hillbillies and floozies.
That's the name of the segment, Hillbillies and Floozies?
And Belichick upset with the owner who paid him a little over $200 million while he was the coach there. $25 million a year, highest paid coach in American sports.
You're considered
the owner.
one of the greatest coaches, period, all of sports. And it seems like he's trying hard to kind of just blow up a bridge back there. Maybe he's doing it little by little, paper cuts, maybe. 6 Super Bowl championships. And yet it seems like people in Boston, not just the host, but you get that feeling like you're ruining the legacy. Doesn't it feel like it's just
They still
it's
don't
an
like him.
ugliness that doesn't need to be there.
For all he did for that sports community, for them to not like him must tell you a lot about what kind of guy he really is.
Well, I think they never liked him, but they were winning, and now they can talk about it since he's gone.
Yeah.
Now this is Sports Talk Radio. Borderline player TMA. Doug gets from Choke Artist 1.6. Of course, a reference to the Magic in Manitoba in April.
We could learn something from those fellas. We probably ought to play a clip for theirs every day just to kind of bring our own game up a notch.
Well, that was a takedown. And they said, I'm rooting for him to fall on his face, but of course I have a bias. That bias being he can't stand him, apparently.
He's being run by a floozy.
And what's the deal with the abstinence? Where'd that come from?
I don't know.
I heard that, and I don't know if he misspoke or something. Because in the next phrase, he said horny. Can you be
horny abstinence?
Yeah, can you? I guess if you are abstinent, then you could be horny, but you don't have to act on it.
Clip that off.
Well, how do they know if he's
in the world
abstinence?
But he did. I heard
Is there a
abstinence.
question in there?
But like, this would seem like conflicting adjectives.
Yeah.
Let's give Papers his props. This is great audio. That's from the 309. How about that, Papers? You had the Mark Messier thing in the previous segment, and then you found Felger and Maserati talking Bill Belichick's abstinence and hillbillies.
Got Vitale on in France.
Paris?
Yeah.
Big show. Big show.
I got a podcast that's in the top 50 in every country on the planet.
In every country on the planet. So in Serbia, they're listening to him.
Yeah. Top 50 anyway.
Malaysia, they're listening to him.
But top 50, in some countries he's in the 40s.
Okay.
And as I understand it, he's also got hair that people would die
That's
for.
the same guy? That's the same guy with the great hair?
The same rant. Hold on. Hold the line.
Okay.
Oh, no, Doug.
I've got hair that people would die to have.
Yeah.
But isn't it kind of sad that the Belichick legacy now, they're all like, what a jerk. And they won all those Super Bowls. And you can tell if Brady, and I'm surprised Brady, who's been opining on everybody's shortcomings, when's he going to pen something about Bill? Like really cutting.
Well, if you remember earlier this summer when the Panthers won their title, Brad Marchand was doing a little bit of rubbing in Boston's face. Maybe he might have been coerced into it by the fans, but it felt like, sometimes when people leave Boston, it's not very amicable.
Yeah.
It's a fiery fan base. It's a passionate fan base.
Well, when Brady left, the Patriots stopped winning.
Sure, certainly.
So if you wondered, is it Belichick or is it Brady? There's a pretty good chance it was Brady.
Considering he went to Tampa and was able
won
to do some work
in a random spot.
Yeah, and Belichick didn't win anything before Brady arrived, and he didn't win anything after Brady left.
But North Carolina this year is way more interesting than they've ever been, right? If you're flipping around the dial, if you can still flip around with streaming, and a North Carolina game's on, aren't you more inclined this year to watch to see?
Oh, yeah.
100%.
Mm-hmm.
I'm fascinated by what they do. I can't see him with his seemingly testy personality putting up with the randomness of 18, 19-year-old kids and demanding money now that they can. I just can't see him fitting in that world.
The psychology of Bill Belichick would truly fascinate me. I think he and Brady are on good terms now. Obviously, the Kraft thing has fallen apart, but to go into what he is now doing at North Carolina is just so... I mean, it would have been 1,000,000 to 1 if you would have told me that that's what he would be doing 5 years ago. To go to what has been a middle-of-the-road program and deal with, like you said, Martin, not just having to coach younger kids, but then to participate in the nonsense of recruiting and transfer portal and NIL at this point in his life. My guess would be he's out to prove something. Then the anger, though, that he gets in Boston. Do we have anything like that? Maybe I'm missing an obvious one, somebody who was successful. I feel like once you win in St. Louis, you're...
It's kind of the opposite of La Russa, who wasn't overly popular.
And when they won the pennant in 2004, that's when he was accepted. It happened before the World Series. But up until 2004, you're exactly right. I think that's kind of forgotten in the story.
Yeah, because now it's like, oh, my God, Tony's back. They love him. And I mean, 2002, during Kyle, the tragedy, I think a lot of people softened and saw him as more human in all of that tragedy. But certainly, 2004, you get over the hump. You finally win a CS, which they had struggled to do. But now it's looking back, oh, my God, LaRousse was the greatest thing ever. It's the reverse of Belichick. I think most coaches, when they leave, greatest thing ever. We look back, oh, my gosh, well, can you believe? I mean, Quenneville was still highly regarded. They fired him, right? But highly regarded. I mean, Mike Martz is a great example of, at the time, it felt like they were falling short, personnel decisions and things, but now looking back, oh my God, what a great run they had with him as the head coach. There's very few where I think you look back where there was great success, and then you go back and, like, nobody goes back now and says, Whitey, that era sucked. Like, it just gets better with time. This is almost, well, there's no comp for a coach who won 6 Super Bowls.
I'm doing a story about New Year's resolutions, and I was just wondering if you had any you wanted to share with your fans and our readers.
Yeah, no, not right now.
Okay, thanks.
Our readers.
Personality.
And I like, because you throw that out there thinking it's an additional hook, but he could care less about your readers.
No.
God. Oh.
And he was, at least by his standards, polite.
Oh, man.
Like that would be.
I blame her editor for saying good idea.
I agree, Martin.
If you lost the fantasy football league, that would be a punishment you'd have to do. Is go ask Belichick if he has a New Year's resolution. And that's likely during the playoffs if they're being interviewed there.
Hey, Bill, we're also doing a lifestyle piece on coaches' fashion. Did you care to chime in on what you choose for game day wardrobe?
USA Today tasked whoever they had in Boston. They're like, you got to go do this.
And she could just play it again, because at the end, I think she knew, oh, wow, I just got to get out of
I'm
here.
doing a story about New Year's resolutions, and I was just wondering if you had any you wanted to share with your fans and our readers.
Yeah, no, not right now.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, thank you.
With your fans?
Oh.
Your fans.
Gosh, I feel bad for her.
Tough. The program is called The Morning After. It's presented to you by Brown and Crouppen on 101 ESPN. Tim McKernan, Doug Vaughn, Martin Kilcoyne with you. Little Jackie Papers is on the ones and twos, and he is having a signature show. This is a resume builder right here. I know you are looking to go to Boston and do some sports talk radio.
I don't know if I can handle it.
When they ask you, well, what do your shows sound like? Well, we play clips of your show.
Yeah. It'd be great to break down the UMass game, though. I'd be boots on the ground.
You could probably work for Francesa because you're sort of an expert on all that he's done over his career.
It's true. I don't know if I could handle his criticism either, though.
Coming up on the other side of our commercial break, we have the drops of the week. The program is TMA 101 ESPN.
This is Jackson Moose Burkett with the SportsCenter update brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling. The SEC will play a 9-game conference schedule starting in 2026, the league said Thursday. A historic move it's been considering for years. The decision was approved by the SEC's presidents and chancellors after a recommendation by the ADs in the conference. That was another SportsCenter update brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling, a Daikin heating and air conditioning dealer.
So good.
Also, the name of the movie?
Mm-hmm. That's correct. Won Best Picture in '88. And one of 2 songs that Madonna sang in Spanish. Doug, this, of course, Who's That Girl? What is the other one?
Alejandro?
That's Lady Gaga.
It is, isn't it? Didn't she do one about Vita Perón or something? Am I way off on that?
Yes, that as far as an original.
Okay. Well, then
Don't Cry for Me, Argentina.
Yeah.
It would be La Isla Bonita, and Jackson has bilingual themes going on today. Is that correct?
This song hit number 1 on this day in 1987. Weird. Best Picture winner in 1988 was Last Emperor. I don't know if I've ever seen that.
Chinese.
But Broadcast News.
Someone paid to win that.
Broadcast News was nominated, and that should have won.
Well, if you haven't seen The Last Emperor...
It's very fair. You're spot on.
You sound like you might be part of the voting academy.
But I love Broadcast News.
No.
But I love Broadcast News.
What's coming up on Movie Boy this weekend?
Great question, Tim. Me and Andrew Marsh.
Oh, wow.
Andrew Marsh and I do a real deep dive into baseball movies. The Great Sports Debate. And it's about 90-plus minutes of talking about baseball movies.
Have you already done the episode?
Yes. We recorded it in 2 parts.
Well, there's Field of Dreams. There's Bull Durham.
Yeah,
Sandlot.
So broke them up into categories, picked our favorites out of the categories, and tried to come up with a number 1, with the seminal baseball movie, the baseball movie.
Doug. Probably didn't need that. I have a
You could
feeling.
have just said the best.
Best is subjective, but
Isn't seminal
our favorite?
Why doesn't Kami Burkett pick A League of Their Own just to kind of poke the folks?
It's mentioned.
How about 8 Men Out? A little under the radar.
It's also mentioned. It's a comprehensive deep dive into baseball. I think it's a very approachable episode.
Approachable. Why would you say approachable to us?
Well, I say that because, last week, I talked about Weapons, which is a new movie that just came out in early August. And so if you haven't seen it, you're probably just going by I don't know if I want to listen to this. Maybe I want to see it and I don't want anything spoiled. Mm-hmm. But this is if you've seen any of these movies, I think you'll find the conversation at least somewhat interesting. So a lot of fun. That'll come out tomorrow morning at about 10 a.m.
Okay.
Yeah, me and Marsh back at it.
Did Pride of the Yankees make the list?
We talked about it.
Oh, did you?
Gary Koopa.
Yeah.
Strong silent type.
Yeah, but those old movies compared to the new ones, they don't stack up.
What's the Jimmy Pearsall one when Tony Perkins plays him?
Yeah.
Kind of has a breakdown and his parents are yelling at him on the field.
Yeah. He had a mental issue. I forget the name of it.
Okay.
Is it Fear Strikes Out?
Yeah, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
How about a sleeper pick, Jackson? So you're not going to. People need to listen to find out what's number 1. Is there a baseball movie that doesn't get enough credit?
We talked about some kids ones, like Little Big League is one of my all-time favorites. Hardball.
Rookie of the Year.
Rookie of the Year. That one I think gets some. That gets pub. Little Big League I think deserves more. Same with Hardball. Everybody Wants Some.
Moneyball. You like that Moneyball?
Love Moneyball. But 2016's Everybody Wants Some.
Moneyball was your number 1, wasn't it?
I won't say.
Yeah, he's
You
not
always
going
talk
to
about
ruin
it in
Movie Boy. He's not going to ruin
reverent
Movie Boy.
tones.
I think I'd go Major League, honestly. I think that's where I would go.
It's heralded. It's discussed often in the podcast.
Yeah.
I think that's where I would go.
Or Field of Dreams has got to be up there.
And that's because they say have a catch?
Yeah, no, I didn't like that part.
I will say Marsh has an awesome story about Field of Dreams that I think people will really, really enjoy.
Really?
Yeah. I really like this episode.
I really like that Marshy Marsh.
Oh, he's great. He's great.
You're so attracted to him, though.
Oh, for him.
I'm attracted to his talent, His
So if he looked like me, though.
Yeah. With the readers or without the readers?
Deal killer?
Great question. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like he's a tall, strapping defenseman.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah, he is.
But like if he was a short, bald gentleman, would you have the same reverence for him? You see what I'm saying here?
No, it's very fair. It's tough to say because it's probably subconscious.
Right.
But
like you're saying he was so good, but it's like it's because he's so hot.
Right, easy to look at. You can't deny it.
Oh, for heaven's sake.
It's just complimenting your friends. You're easy to look at too, Doug.
I don't believe anyone's ever said that to me before.
Oh, my God. You want me to read some texts?
Much less a
They're
gentleman.
going to come in fast and furious now. 314-399-9646. Doug, this is the time of the program every week where we look back on the work that we have done and we celebrate our greatness with the drops of the week.
Morning after.
Drops of the week.
Yeah, you gotta drop it like it's hot, dog.
It's a wonderful drop.
Indeed it is.
Flip that off. Flip that off. Flip that off. Flip that off.
Flip that off.
That's a major cuck festival.
Have you learned anything that I guess, sorry.
Jackson, let me know what that means.
What?
You guys know I love a good question from the audience.
He hits piss rods and nukes only.
Nutted it. Absolutely nutted it.
Daisy chain sort of situation.
Well, I think the org as a whole is in a pretty good spot.
He'd like to go by JoJo Starcuck.
How many times have you grabbed the poop?
Is there a question in there?
Yeah,
or what the hell are we doing?
Sorry.
I'll peruse.
You will.
Well, just take a look.
At what?
I don't know. Dad's?
I'm mostly concerned with Tim.
He was being Joe DiMaggio. Joe DiMaggio is Joe DiMaggio because Joe DiMaggio beat Joe DiMaggio.
Of course, I race soy boys.
3 racks feels heavy.
You better give it to him good.
I'm horse plowing you.
The final boss of Pinterest?
That was interesting. I don't really have a follow-up.
I feel like it's a challenge to try to make this show listenable.
There you have it. That was Drops of the Week. Drop, down, drop. Get it.
Doug, how can you not be proud?
I don't know. I just wonder how we got into some of those conversations in the first place. I mean, how we got out. It's just so disappointing.
What?
Because we're classically trained journalists.
How many times have you grabbed the poop?
And those are the kind of things we're saying.
It's the way he says it.
A little creepy.
A little bit.
Like, how did that come up? I've already forgotten.
That was Lenora Sellers, who, of course, is going to hoist the Heisman Trophy.
Oh, yeah.
In the second, was it first Saturday, second
Based
Saturday?
on his big day at Faroe,
That's
going to
correct.
launch him
That's
into
gonna
the
be one of the
conversation.
reasons.
And Mike Shula gave him the fake poop. Okay.
Right.
Has Shula responded? I don't know. That might be a chairman deep dive, but Mike Shula may not have enjoyed the fact that his coaching technique involved fake poop, and now it's known
Now it's
by
been aired.
everyone.
Jackson, a lot of texts about summer catch with the great Freddie Prinze Jr.
It's brought up.
Uh-oh. Sounds like it's been dismissed.
Mm-hmm.
It's in that heap over there.
We actually did discuss it briefly, and it led to a kind of a deep dive on Freddie Prinze Jr.'s last 20 years. I wouldn't say robust by any means.
He was a writer for WWE.
That tracks.
But she's all that in 1999.
That's where things after that kind of fell off the rails there.
You like she's all that, didn't you?
I don't know.
Yeah, it was Rachel Lee Cook. Was that
I don't
Rachel
know who
Lee
was in
Cook?
it. I just
and
don't.
friend of the program, Kevin Pollak. Remember we had him on, Martin? Talk about 3 nights in August. Didn't seem like he really wanted to be on the show.
Apparently, that was one of the stipulations of the interview after we woke him up at 7:30 in the morning at the Westin. And he told producer Joe no questions about making Tony's book, 3 Nights in August, into a movie. Somehow you guys were told, or none of us were told, and I started asking about it. Doug, I got really uncomfortable.
Why would he not want questions about that?
I think it was still in development, or it hadn't been secured, the rights, or whatever it was. Because he's a funny guy, but he did not have fun with us.
I just asked him about A Few Good Men.
That's all you'd want to talk about?
He's outstanding in it.
There's a lot of imitations.
Does he?
Did it get better? Bucks, well, can you remind me whether that interview turned or if we just ended up hanging up?
Oh, yeah, that was probably 2005-ish.
Might have been a cold call, too, to his room.
To his hotel room.
You guys want to take
Classic DJ move.
You guys want to take a guess on Kevin Pollak's age?
Oh, gosh. 61.
Let me see. I'm gonna do some algebra here. So, A Few Good Men, 90. I'm going to call it 92. It might be 91. Hell, I don't know.
You nailed it.
And he looked older than he was, I think.
I've played in the World Series of Poker. He was 2 tables over from me.
Really?
He could probably throw you with a good eye raise.
Yeah, that's a nice play. I tower over him. Those are few and far
5'5".
between. Doug, I am going to go with 64.
Martin?
Boy, that's close. I'll go 66.
He's 67.
Oh, is he really 67?
Nice job, Martin.
Friend of the show.
67. I'm
yeah.
Surprise guess. I'm working on Porta Potty Guy. I got a lead. I actually have a lead on him.
Do you really?
Chairman and I have a new alliance.
Oh, my good. I always thought Porta Potty Guy was like a national story.
I thought it was international.
Well, it's not local, but we'll localize it.
He's got to be in jail, though. Right?
He did some time.
Did some time. He hasn't responded yet.
Might be a probation kind of situation. But
I think you'll know early on the surprise line who it is.
Well, if he tells you if I call in and talk about it, they're going to put me in the slammer. Like you can't talk about it anymore. An NDA.
If we get Porta Potty Guy as a surprise,
that might be the last show.
That's it. That's how we go out.
How can it get better?
I was kind of planning on 25 years, but you know what? 21 would be enough if we end with Porta Potty.
Is there a second question?
There's a lot to be asked.
Yeah. But if he says you can't ask about the incident, it's kind of like Jimmy Walker is in the green room and they say, yeah, don't ask him about good times and the whole dynamite thing. Oh, okay, sure. We'll move on from that. So let's see. We'll get into his other stuff. Porta Potty Guy will come on, but you can't discuss the incident.
Because otherwise, he's had a brilliant career.
If you could, Porta Potty Guy, just throw your voice a little bit.
Summer Catch is an American classic. Movie bitch just lost all credibility with his horrible take. That's from Nathan from the east side of Alton. I have never seen Summer Catch. It sounds like it's what I got to do this weekend.
If you're looking to waste about...
oh, no.
I mean, it's like people can have like their...
They like some things.
Yeah, for sure. But that's an objectively bad movie. It's currently sitting at an 8% on Rotten Tomatoes.
8%?
That's right. And the audience score ain't much better. A cached and predictable sports comedy that's mostly devoid of excitement or laughs.
Sounds great.
Summer Catch is strictly Bush League.
Can't wait to see it.
So, there's that.
I'm just surprised by the amount of support for Summer Catch in the Air Comfort Service text inbox.
I wasn't aware it was out there.
I didn't either.
In the canon of great baseball movies, I did not have Summer Catch tabbed.
You like that canon, Doug?
Yeah, canon. Email in the morning after at InsideSTL.com. Design, air, heating, and cooling email of the day. That is coming your way at approximately 10:45 on the Stiefel dossier. James Carlton will be starting up with the Colonel interviews. I guess we'll start that up.
Monday?
Is that Monday, the Colonel?
Probably Monday,
Mondays
yeah.
and Fridays with the Colonel?
Shoot him a text on Monday.
Looking forward to that. Missouri on Thursday against Central Arkansas. ILL on Friday against Western Illinois. And, of course, everything gets underway as a tradition in Dublin between Iowa State and Kansas State. Doug, do you know what they call that game?
No, I don't.
Farmageddon.
Farmageddon
in
nice.
Dublin.
I kind of like that.
Yeah, Farmageddon.
Iowa, Kansas.
Sure.
Yeah, a lot of corn.
Iowa
Very
State,
expensive.
getting 3 points tomorrow. And the Tam Avenue Capital Partners love the points. We love the points.
Okay. Farmageddon.
That's right. Farmageddon.
I don't mind it.
Farmageddon in Dublin. I wonder if Joey will head on over since he's in the neighborhood.
I doubt it. I doubt he's terribly interested in that game.
He wasn't even aware of PSG today, and Jackson was pissed about that.
Yeah, he thought Mbappe was still there. He plays for Real Madrid now.
Yeah, that's what I understand. Yeah.
James Carlton, sponsor of the Colonel. The Colonel, of course, powermizzou.com. James Carlton of carltoninsurance.net. He is my insurance agent, 314-961-4800. I've got a rhetorical question for everybody right now.
Okay.
Has your insurance gone up in the last year? The answer to that question for many is yes. And if the answer is indeed yes for you, then I would say you are going to spend approximately 2 to 3 minutes on the phone at 314-961-4800. That is your investment. Doug, that is your expense side in this P&L. But your potential upside is James Carlton and his team saving you lots of money because of the 2 to 3 minutes. So it's up to you. Hey, I can't make you call them.
No,
but I'm just telling you what you could get if you do, and it's my insurance agent, so I'm not like just sitting here reading copy for some rando. I know the guy. I work with the guy. I think the world of the guy. You ought to work with the guy. Work with the guy, Joe DiMaggio, Joe DiMaggio, Joe DiMaggio.
Okay, stop.
CarltonInsurance.net. That's James Carlton. If your insurance costs a leg and an arm, call James Carlton, State Farm. The program is TMA. We're in the Mark Hanna Evergreen World Strategies 9 o'clock hour here on 101 ESPN and the TMA STL YouTube channel. Hope this inspires everybody as you get ready to tackle the weekend in St. Louis, Missouri. Hello again, everybody.
Well, hello.
This feels like Sammy Hagar's little brother that wasn't real successful. Joe Hagar.
It's TMA 101 ESPN. The program is brought to you by Brown and Crouppen. And Doug, the 9 o'clock hour is sponsored by Mark Hanna, Evergreen Wealth Strategies. I'm going to be taking off just a little early. It's my son's school's charity golf tournament today, and I'm playing with Martin's compadre. Thought he was my friend, but apparently not. Matt Poling and a couple of other wonderful gentlemen. And we had a team meeting this morning at 5. As my son has taught me the importance of winning a scramble.
Oh, well, there can be some nice prizes at the end.
Well, I was held accountable for not winning the Dotem by my 7-year-old. And
he was upset with you?
Well, when Jackson's group would birdie and we would par, I would be read the riot act in the cart going to the next hole.
He blamed you.
He was not pleased with me or his grandfather, who has, and I say this respectfully, limited capabilities with the flat stick. And so, yeah, if Jackson birdied, my 7-year-old would hold us all accountable. And so now I got together with the guys on my team today, and I said, hey, mother effers, this is a scramble. And you're damn right we best win.
Mm-hmm.
No talking.
No. Right. Or
no
someone's
talking.
going to be very upset with you.
Thank you.
Charity scramble, the winning score, I can already tell you, is at least minus 18.
Minus 18.
At least. And then you'll think you got a chance and like, oh, the Anderson group, look at that.
The Andersons, Doug, they're always dangerous.
Minus 24. How'd you do it, guys?
No.
It's going to happen.
I think you could assemble a team of PGA pros and they couldn't shoot minus 24.
Yeah, it's going to happen. You watch.
You think that's happening today?
We used a mulligan on that one to get the eagle.
Tim, I'm playing a scramble at Aberdeen tomorrow. Can he make it out to play with me? That's from Chairman Steve in Wildwood. I'll send him out. Motivate you.
Okay.
Y'all just played Moon's song LMAO. That's from the 618. Is that in reference to Moon from the Riz Show?
Well, that's Marky Mark, DBA Dirk Diggler.
Correct.
Doing some singing in 1997's Boogie Nights. So
that was the audio?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I did not know that.
Yeah.
Did not know that.
It's also from the Transformers, if I'm not mistaken.
Sometimes you hear tracks of, while they were recording the song, just the singer's track without the music or the production in the back. And some of the people can't sing a lick, but because of what they do with it in post-production and the band around them, they sound pretty good. And then there's other people that are just so good, it's kind of amazing.
Mm-hmm. Adele is always like that to me. Anytime I hear Adele sing.
Paul Rogers, lead singer of Bad Company, they always say was one of the best singing voices. Think about it.
I am.
Is that like a serious thing?
Yeah.
That he really is?
They would always say greatest voices. Not musicians, performers, but his was always up there.
Doug, I heard the Survivor lead singer, but not the one we had in studio, Martin, on like day 2 of this show's history, because that was when
the real Men of Genius
ad campaign was going on with AB.
I remember that.
But this was the guy who I think did Eye of the Tiger, who we had in studio, but the guy I can't recall if he was before or after. Steve Perry, I think, is probably.
Oh, yeah. I heard one of him once. Yeah, just incredible.
I mean, Steve Perry is. I mean, I'm gonna take Steve Perry as my number 1 seed.
Yeah, it'd be hard to argue with that one.
I think Papers is trying to. I can tell he's in his mental
Just
Rolodex.
Like best singer?
Male vocalist.
Stevie Wonder? Chairman
Kirk just had a guttural moan.
Guffawed.
No good?
I'm just not a fan.
Not near the range of a guy like Steve Perry.
Like Chris Cornell's getting some votes here. Let's see. I'm at Billboard. They're sort of a music outlet.
Yeah.
They were losing credibility because I just saw Janis Joplin on the list, but I don't know if I think of her as. God, David Lee Roth. Okay, this must not be.
Yes.
Chris Cornell, Michael Stipe.
Chris Cornell's a great play.
I was going to say, as
Chris
a voice.
Cornell's a wonderful play.
Josh Groban's great, but he's not rock and roll, of course.
What about this?
Probably not. Probably not with that one. But we'll listen again.
They've got Freddie Mercury. I don't think they're Stevie Nicks, Mick Jagger. I don't think that's what I was talking about. Sorry.
Freddie Mercury getting votes.
Because he's maybe best
What about
lead
Sam Cooke?
singers.
Well, I mean,
that's a great
if you're going to
voice.
go into the genres of Sam Cooke, then then we're starting to get into a different conversation.
This is like the Rock and Roll Hall
Right.
of Fame, which has rappers and country singers. Should just rename that the Music Hall of
How
Fame.
about Bob Plant?
He's on this list over here.
Doug, what about Chester Bennington from Lincoln Park?
I don't know about
Rest
that.
in peace.
George Michael is awful good.
Shooter McGavin with that suggestion. Dear goodness, why has nobody mentioned Freddie Mercury? It's Magic Beans.
Several times we mentioned lead singer of Queen.
Guys, what about David Klein of Hedonism? That's from Tube Sock.
Gosh, could he sing?
Martin, this was the 2012 Inside STL Mardi Gras party. Producer Joe had himself a little nip of the cooking sherry and attacked me and nearly physically assaulted me. But before that happened, David Klein of Hedonism performed a tribute to the Cranberries' 1995 classic Zombie. Why don't you take a listen?
Can't keep from dancing. That is pure raw talent.
If I'm Klein, love David Klein, I'm getting a cease and desist. I'm just trying out here to live my life.
He's now, I think, a man, he might be approaching 40, and he's got a family, and that was 13 years ago. And, Doug, that's the problem with this show. It will live forever.
Well, how lucky are we as the public that was recorded?
Amen.
So that we could enjoy it year after year.
Was that Dolores O'Riordan or was that David Klein of Hedonism? I couldn't tell the difference.
It's the gift that keeps on giving, really.
Steve Perry, Freddie Mercury, Chester Bennington, and Joshua. Thank you. That's from Al in Dadeville, who loves the Georgia Bulldogs.
Joshua could sing.
Thank you.
He could.
No,
Honorable mention to Michael McDonald. That's from Cold Meatloaf. It's Yacht Rock. But that Michael McDonald...
And he's from Ferguson.
That's right.
Aretha Franklin, Whitney Houston, Sam Cooke. This is the list here. This is Rolling Stone. Billie Holiday. These are great voices. Mariah Carey.
Yeah.
Ray Charles.
I think Tim's voice is glorious. That's from Little Beer Cats, Doug, and he has that cuck chair down at Murray State that is ready to go for the first weekend of the Murray State social scene. He is going to be in his cuck chair, and he sent in a picture of it.
Shouldn't Lil be in class?
Yeah, what's the schedule?
First Friday, just shutting it down.
Someone is suggesting Brett Hull. We heard a wonderful song from him.
Another singer. Marvin Gaye is a good call.
Yeah. I am here at Fat Buddha Studio.
Okay, start over at that point. You just got underway, so start over.
With the singer, hip hop artist Joshua. Joshua, say hi to the world.
What's up, world?
Yep.
Okay, there he
world.
He could sing. Not like David Klein, but he could sing.
Thank you. All right, I'm going to be heading out. Doug, I'm going to be listening to the program.
No, you won't. It's fine. It's fine.
Trying to let me see what podcast I was listening to on the way in. I don't think it was really. Oh yeah, it was the press box from the Ringer. You ever listen to that, Jackson? I know you're a big Ringer lemming.
Yeah,
Is it a Brian Curtis? Brian Curtis. That's exactly right.
Yeah, I've heard ads for it. I don't think I've ever listened to it.
I like Brian Curtis's work online. I've not heard that.
Yeah.
When the Rams left, he called local sports guys and was trying to do a piece about how does a jilted NFL market proceed in coverage of the league and the team. And he said, so would you show Rams highlights? And I said, yeah, maybe, but only to mock them. He said, could you play it straight? And I said, no. And he said, why not? I said, you don't really know me. And I said, he was kind of curious if we would just show, like, hey, there's our old buddy making a tackle. Hey, look at our buddy. And you're like, no, that's not going to happen.
Do you realize at this point that the Rams have been gone as long as 50% of the time they spent in St. Louis?
I was thinking about that. It's their 10th year in L.A., which is equal to roughly half of their St. Louis stay.
Yeah, how about that?
It's just unbelievable.
Yep.
Time flies.
Time flies when you're enjoying the UFL.
Yeah, what a difference it made with the city, too.
We're going to carry over that momentum.
Wow, that is a somber note.
I will be bolting the Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day coming up at 10:45. Have a wonderful weekend. This is the morning after on 101 ESPN.
Home mortgage loans can get complicated, but Together Credit Union is here to help you throughout the entire process. As your hometown home loan provider, Together Credit Union has a home loan solution for every buyer out there. And they talk about different ways you can qualify. Well, what if you are a community contributor? We're talking about folks that are teachers, firefighters, first responders. If you are a community contributor, there's a mortgage that is tailored just for you. Get in on the action, whether you're buying that first home, downsizing, sizing up, need a second mortgage. Together Credit Union is there for you. Fixed rate, adjustable rate, conventional, home equity, jumbo loans. They've got it all. And Together Credit Union likes you to know that it's all done in-house. All of it done here in St. Louis. Together Credit Union's experienced team will handle the underwriting, servicing. Everything is done here locally. So remember, Together Credit Union is your hometown home loan provider. Check out the rates at togethercu.org. Here's to making St. Louis your home. Together Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA. Morning After, presented by Brown and Crouppen, TMA, on a Friday here till 11 o'clock. Martin, Doug, Chairman Kurt now at the dais. Tim had to slide out. Jackson at the controls. We broke down that Cardinal game earlier, Doug. Do you remember the breakdown we did of that game?
Yeah, we pretty much got it covered as well as anyone could possibly have covered it.
Cardinals beat the Tampa Bay Rays 7-4 last night. Sonny Gray, we'll say this. They're now what? Is it 19-7 when he starts? They're 12 games over. It wasn't like he was great or anything. 5 innings, 3 runs. But they're 19-7 with Sonny Gray starting this year. That's 12 over. You take that away, Doug, they would be 13 under. So next year, if he does take you up on that offer to pitch elsewhere, which they'll probably give him that choice again, and not saying he's going to duplicate it in terms of the team winning when he pitches, but that doesn't bode well for winning games. You never know. Things could happen, right? Palante could turn it around.
He's got a record of 12-6 on a team that's below 500 and going nowhere. He could finish the year like 15-6 on a fourth-place team that finishes 20 games out of first place. I'm
glad we still value the win. A lot of folks, the stat geeks say it doesn't matter. I always think it's some indication of whether you're
last
good or
night was
not.
a perfect example. Well, he kept you close. He got some run support, and he kept you close for 5 innings. He didn't have to throw it.
Find a pitcher that's, although that Jose De Leon, one of those years, he had a great ERA, terrible 1 loss. But for the most part, if a guy has a winning record and a robust winning record, it's probably a sign that he gives you a chance to win. But they're 12 over when he pitches. Somebody mentioned this earlier. We were joking about being back in the wild card mix. They're game under 500. We were kidding. But somebody mentioned they stuck with Fetty too long, which we talked about. It drove me crazy, and they really just said, well, we're hoping that it would get better. And if you look at his 1 loss when he pitched, oh, my God. And if you'd pulled the plug, it's not to say you're going to always win the games when you replace a guy, but they were basically forfeiting games, and that was, a month and a half ago. Just throwing, I'll never understand that when they just throw away a game, and when you were starting him, you were doing that.
Well, when you're only 4 games out of a playoff spot now, that's not that big of a deal, really, to think you can go back easily and find 4 games they threw away easily.
And I know every team has games that, we could have won that one, but I feel like they almost just were willing to lose, and that's what's beyond frustrating about it. So the Cards 7-4 over Tampa last night. They'll play again tonight, and then they'll take Saturday off. Doug, they're just going to shut it down for a night and enjoy the Tampa nightlife because there's a preseason football game.
Wouldn't you think you could have played Saturday afternoon?
You would think.
Even if you started at 11 o'clock Tampa time, you'd be done by 2:30, everybody out of there by 3:30, and you're still a couple hours before a football game.
You would think.
You guys were talking about records, pitching records, chatting about Ice-T.
Chatting about what?
Ice-T. Old drop. Paul Skeens is a almost minus 500 betting odds to win the Cy Young. He currently has a 7-9 record. If he ends up winning the Cy Young and still has a losing record, he would become the second Major League Baseball player to win the Cy Young with a losing record. Can you name the first?
Oh, it must have been a relief pitcher.
You're on the right track, Doug.
Mike Marshall?
Raleigh Fingers?
No, sir.
Dennis Eckersley?
No, but he did win the Cy Young.
All right. That's why I guessed it.
All right, easy there.
Well, I mean, that was the category. Okay, so you said you're on the right. So is it a reliever?
It is a reliever.
How about Mariano Rivera?
No, sir.
Okay, one.
There's probably some reliever who was 3-4 with 50 saves.
Doug is just right on it.
Not Willie Hernandez. Oh, we're all around it. We're all
It was
around
2003.
So it's recent.
Did you say it was 2003?
That's what I said, yes, sir.
Would Josh Beckett win it in the National League or in the American League?
This was an AL.
I might need initials.
No, actually, no, NL.
Was he? So it wasn't Josh Beckett.
EG.
E.G. Ed Garrett?
No, this
Who
guy's
the hell
name
is Ed Garrett?
This guy's name.
Gagne.
Yeah, it sounds like one name.
Okay. Eric Gagne.
Eric Gagne, 2-3 record when he was on the Dodgers.
What did he save, like 52 or something?
Yeah, he had something crazy like that.
And he was always on the Jim Rome had a piece of crap list, and he would announce the piece of crap list. And he put Eric Gagne on the list, and I think it had to do with not performance, like stats, some kind of interaction, or if he was rude or what. And I remember like a year later, Rome had a show where he said, officially taking him off the piece of crap. He had to retract the fact that Gagne had been on the piece of crap list.
Gagne had converted all 55 save opportunities that season.
Good.
Wow.
Became the first pitcher to record 50 saves in more than one season, and also the fastest pitch ever to reach the 100 save plateau. Fastest pitcher to receive.
Not a single blown save of the whole year?
Nope. 1.2 ERA, 137 strikeouts. Oh, my Lord.
Cardinal MVP, end of the season, Doug. Let's say they have a little banquet over at Garavelli's. Who gets the team MVP? It's not an obvious choice, is it?
No. Oh, boy, it really is not.
I mean, Mason Wynn is a very good player. Donovan was an all-star, but so far you haven't nobody jumping out at you.
I guess it's probably maybe Contreras leads in home runs and RBIs.
Yeah. Sad state of affairs.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Most teams, you're like, wow, that's a tough one because so-and-so's having a great year. Yeah, but so's the other guy. And in this case, your leading hitter average-wise is Burleson. Donovan's really dropped off. You don't have an obvious MVP.
Donovan's down to 279. Remember, he was hitting 320, 330 there for a while.
And Mason Wynn, very good. Is the error streak still going? He was approaching like 50 games.
He should have had an error the other day.
He didn't want to talk about it.
Yeah, there's a play at second where the guy was dead meat and he dropped the ball.
There was one in Miami, and maybe it wasn't his error, but they changed it to a hit, and it felt like the hometown scorer got the call from down in the dugout to change it. The Cardinals had an error, and then they flipped it down in Miami. But Wynn had I think it was approaching 50 games, errorless streak. But the point is you don't have an obvious MVP. Contreras will get you 20 homers, 80 RBIs. I guess he's and there's another guy. Hey, not a bad year. Want to leave?
He's the guy with those numbers. If he was a catcher, you'd go, wow, this is great to have a catcher who hits like that. And as a first baseman, you go, well, we got a mediocre first baseman.
Yeah. The state of things, Doug. College Corner, we covered this earlier. I don't think we heard from Greg Sankey, though. He was on the Feinbaum show. So the SEC making it official with a 9-game SEC schedule, which means you're going to get better games more often instead of the 4 non-conference games. Many teams, like Missouri, will play these random teams you're just going to beat up on. But now to be mandated, and what's the mandate? That of those 3 non-conference games, you have to play at least one against one of the bigger programs.
Correct.
Loosely stated.
Correct.
This is Greg Sankey on the Feinbaum show.
So, Paul, the announcement of the strength of schedule adjustments and I think a healthier metric being used to inform decision-making, that's an element that weighed in favor of the 9-game conference schedule being implemented. I don't consider that number, that metric, that information being just a finish line. I think the discussion around strength of record, so not only how rigorous a schedule do you play, but how do you perform against that schedule? That's important to us as well, and that work is being done. What I think we have to acknowledge is the CFP process has said don't lose. I don't think that's healthy for college football. And the ability to take this step to say it's more than just don't lose. It's about playing quality, high quality opponents. That being honored, yes, you have to win games. That's some of the work that needs to progress. That's where we have made some progress, but we haven't reached that perfection stage. And I'll be interested to see how the CFP selection committee continues to adapt, how the protocol continues to adapt.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, I nodded off halfway through.
I agree with what he was saying.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, I wanted to cut it as short as possible because he is Ben Stein. Ben Stein personified.
But what he was saying, if you listen, makes sense.
Yes.
It's more important to play a competitive schedule.
And don't get penalized for that. Right. And I think college football is moving a little closer to the NFL model where, hey, who cares if you're 10-7 if you get in? Everybody kind of takes their lumps because you're playing all these great teams week in and week out.
Hopefully for a team like Missouri, it means that one extra game they have to play against a quality opponent or a big conference opponent might be Kansas or Illinois every year.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how the non-con Power 5 selection, or Power 4 now, selection will go, but hopefully it can be. But I think that the writing was a little bit on the tea leaves when they canceled their game with Illinois next year because they likely wanted to keep that spot open for a different if they were going to have 2 big non-con games.
Maybe rotate Illinois, Kansas as your.
I think that would be
your
great.
one non-con. Can I say non-con, Doug?
I'm going to let it go.
Time. We're
I think it'd be
pressed for
great.
time.
And why not play Missouri State?
Yeah,
why play Central Arkansas? At least keep the money in the state.
Yeah, it's always
They've
been
done that.
Yeah.
Played Steckel's unit a couple years ago, right?
Yeah.
Southeast has got his Division One. Even Lindenwood.
That. Yeah, they should play.
If you're going to bring in a blood donor, at least keep it local. Keep some interest
so
in the
much
game.
fun for the kids too that are local that happen to play at a program like Lindenwood. Imagine that they get to play a game at Furrow Field.
For sure, I think it's the right thing to do. I think what's also interesting is going to be both fan and booster expectations changing. I mean,
instead of saying we must go 10-2, you're happy with 9-3
because you live in a world where you're playing 8 conference games, 4 non-cons. Theoretically, you're getting at least 3 out of those non-cons and probably 4. So, like, floor of 6 or 7 wins now might have dropped to 5 wins. So, like, are people's expectations now going to have to change? Our boosters, who oftentimes put the pressure on the athletic director and the staff to maybe make some changes at coaches. How's that going to work?
And some of the coaches are going to moan, "Oh, I don't get my easy wins anymore. I might lose my job." Well, sorry, bub.
Missouri
That's
State.
always going to happen. There's always going to be coaches lose their jobs because their teams weren't good enough.
Missouri State's going to USC to open the season.
Yeah.
What do you think? What do you got for a point spread on
Is
that?
it out
Doug?
there?
Yeah.
42.
I'll go 34.5.
Okay.
42 is such a big
That's
number,
a
but
little
it's
big,
probably
maybe.
but it's close. 38.
Would you say, Doug?
42.
35.5.
Is that big W for old me?
Old me.
They put them in that new video game this year. They were one of the new teams they added.
I think that's actually really cool.
Well, I'm sure they're excited to go play there.
Sure.
But they would probably be excited to play at Mizzou, too. They may even want to beat Mizzou worse than they would want to beat USC.
You got to think USC is probably going to Springfield next year for the home and home, right?
Doubtful.
Was not part of the deal.
Doubtful.
What about 10 conference games? Why not just beef it up? Because you'd rather tune in and see Mizzou play Ole Miss or whoever than Central Arkansas, and then you get 2 non-cons, and one of them's tough, one of them's easy.
They would never agree with
I know they wouldn't, but wouldn't that be better
Why not?
television, better for ratings?
The only ones who
more revenue?
wouldn't agree with it are the head coaches.
Well, then every other conference would have to do the same thing. And even then, the SEC would argue that 10 conference games in the SEC is not equal to 10 conference games in the ACC.
But if you get to the point where the conference, the college football playoff is guaranteed 6 SEC, 6 Big Ten, whatever it is, then your top 5, your top 6, doesn't matter what their record is. You're going to have top 5.
If they
You know
change
what
the
I'm saying?
format to a way where it's just like
Correct.
the top in each division,
Yeah,
yes.
so if your top 5 or top 6 are guaranteed a spot in the playoff, then you don't care if they're 9-3 or 10-2. Or,
Right. But if there's going to be still a selection committee, they will not sign up to do 10. And then one of them being a power non-con game? No way.
I'm just saying from a fan, it'll never happen.
Yeah,
but from
I
a
would say,
fan perspective,
yes, for sure.
now 10 of your games make it 11 with the one non-con that's a tough opponent. Now, that's more like the NFL model. Who do we got this week? Who are we playing next week?
Mm-hmm.
Instead of saying, oh, this is that lame game. Okay, yeah, well, we'll go anyway because we'll tailgate, and Uncle Rich will just watch the tailgate and won't go in.
But the format would have to match it. Because detractors would say the Drinkwitz thing of the percentage of teams getting in the playoffs in the NFL is far greater than college football.
From a fan's perspective, you wouldn't have any of the blood donor games, I don't think. Fans don't ever want to see Central Arkansas come to Mizzou. Ever.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying your NFL model, hey, I'm a Packers fan. Who do we got this week?
Yeah.
All right, Lions next week. Who do we got? Bears. Okay. If you could get closer to that in college football, where week 1, Mizzou, Alabama to open the season. Week 2, you're at Notre Dame. Week 3, okay, you got Missouri State. But for the most part, every game has that kind of wow factor. If you could get closer to that, wouldn't everybody win?
No,
because
the smaller schools would lose. I talked about my socialism thing that people like to make fun of me for, but like those schools would be.
But how many do the small schools get a year?
If they get 3 of those blood donor games,
but do they play that many? Okay, so like Central Arkansas,
$3 million to.
But is the purpose of big time college football to fund small time college football? Is that the purpose?
Is it the purpose? No, but I think it's a nice byproduct, or at least a byproduct.
No, and I understand you brought that up once before, and it was not just.
I should also say, like, colleges make a lot of money. They could allocate funds differently. You know, it's not like the athletic budget shouldn't hinge on getting smoked by name Power 5 school here.
Right, but the reason I push back on it is you're Central Arkansas. You're getting a big old check to come to Mizzou, which is great, and you're saying that they need that, and I agree with that. But the rest of their games are Pine Bluff, Tarleton State, Sacramento State, Lamar, Utah Tech, North Alabama, West Georgia, Eastern Kentucky, Austin Peay, Southern Utah, Abilene Christian. So I'm saying
that one Mizzou game will pay for a lot.
Right. No, and I'm not taking away the one. But you say if maybe teams aren't playing 2 or 3, then there's not enough to go around for everybody to get their one.
Right. Yeah, I think
as long as every little school gets their one.
And I don't I don't want it to seem like it's like I'm on a soapbox here. But I just think that is a good byproduct of it.
For sure.
Because it's symbiotic too, because the team gets to play a real game where they kind of know they're going to win, to try stuff out. A perfect example is the quarterback competition with Mizzou, with Bo Perbula and Sam Horn. Like, to see what it looks like against a team that isn't your defense, that isn't in practice. It's a real game. It's a real mode. You're at Fro Field. Like, there's value in it.
Yeah, I would think with as much turnover as there is with these college rosters, more often than not, these coaches are going to want to have that kind of opening.
Right. But in a vacuum, Doug, I totally agree with you. It's much better television to have 11 meaningful football games. I'm not going to sit here and lie and say I don't think that's the case.
Yeah, it's like you're playing preseason games. Like 2 or 3 of your games every year are preseason games.
Yeah, and sometimes they'll wedge those preseason games late in the season. Like if you're Alabama who's going to play Florida State in the first week, that means that week tune-up game gets moved to later in the season.
Yeah, they usually play like Lamar or something late in the season.
It's really weird when you've had 8 straight weeks of adrenaline-filled college football, and then Alabama's playing the Citadel.
But like Louisiana, another Mizzou opponent, another blood donor, they don't have another big school on their schedule. So as long as playing one for each program, as long as the math fits and everybody gets their one, that doesn't change what you're talking about.
Also, if these schools have basketball programs also run a similar blood donor model where they get paid to play kind of situation.
Well, I think we fixed it.
To a lesser extent.
But if you can imagine that world where you're a Mizzou fan and week 1, Alabama comes to Fro, week 2, you go to Penn State or whatever, that would be so much more fun. You would look forward to all of those games. You might lose a lot more than you prefer to lose, but it wouldn't be a hollow 10-2 or a hollow 9-3. But man, if you actually did go 9-3 and you had that type of schedule,
you've earned a spot. You are clearly one of the best teams in college football. Yeah. Oh, I agree. And expanding
agrees.
the format.
Okay, I guess we're all on the same page.
Expanding the format too allows just one loss doesn't mean the season's catapult. The season's down.
Right, and I think they're getting closer to that where, you're not 11-1, you can't win a national championship.
Well, one big loss to the IRS could ruin your season.
Boom.
And that's when you need Mark Milton as your head coach. He's the guy that can navigate you through any kind of problems you might have with the godforsaken tax man. If you've got maybe unfiled tax returns or tax liens, bank levies, wage garnishments, that kind of thing, or heaven forbid, an IRS criminal investigation, this is serious stuff, and you need help from a professional like Mark Milton. He's at stltaxlawyer.com. Mark Milton at stltaxlawyer.com provide a local and holistic approach to tax resolution. Mark earned his accounting degree from the University of Illinois, the #1 accounting program in the country, got his law degree from St. Louis U, and now he lives and works right here in the St. Louis area. He started his legal career with the Department of Justice Tax Division in Washington, where he represented the IRS in tax cases throughout the country and received the DOJ's Outstanding Trial Attorney Award. Now he helps individuals and small businesses solve their tax problems. So if you have any kind of IRS issue, you contact Mark Milton at stltaxlawyer.com, and you'll be saying, I am not guilty, I am with Milty. Remember, the choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely on advertisements.
These blood donor type games, those payments fund many of the non-revenue generated sports, which is Jackson's point, and that's what we've talked about. Lindenwood got paid $1.2 million last year to cover the spread against Kansas. No, and those games are important. If you're a Lindenwood football program, how are you going to generate enough revenue to pay for that operation?
Right.
You got to go play games like that. But somebody said make them actual preseason games. Just don't count them in the records. That's not bad either. If you play 2, let's say Missouri has Central Arkansas and Louisiana, and those are your preseason
Then they'd
games.
have to start now or last week.
Whatever, yeah.
And that might be a hard sell to the TV networks and the fans filling up stadiums.
But a lot of those games are on SEC Network Plus or whatever anyway.
Yeah. I mean,
I think we're just going to have to accept it the way it is and just live with it.
But things are, no doubt, getting better. Like the announcement of the SEC going to 9 conference games, and you have to play one of those non-con games as a big Power 4 school.
Yeah, that helps
that
a
is
lot.
a move in the right direction.
Libby Jack, no one cares about funding the small schools. Absolutely. Is that what it says? Okay.
There are a lot more kids playing football at a school that isn't a power than one that is a power.
And then we see...
Like in Missouri, we got, 3 other Division I programs, Lindenwood, Southeast, Missouri State.
Yeah.
UMKC doesn't play football, right?
No, not to my knowledge.
So that's probably close to 300 kids who aren't playing football at Mizzou,
right,
who get to play football at a somewhat elite program, plus Division I anyway.
And another probably 200 kids who are in other sports who feel the benefits of it. But
It's not really my concern as a viewer to ensure non-pertinent college football exists, despite also appreciating Jackson's position on this.
That's fair. Like I said, I totally get people being like, yeah, I get what you're saying, Jackson, but that doesn't, the viewer is the viewer is the viewer. Like, that has to matter. And then you're not wrong. Like, I get both sides of it.
Martin, haven't you learned by now not to try and outsmart JBB? He actually is a thoughtful, considerate dude who knows his stuff. That's from your mom's lesbian lover.
So sweet.
Your mother?
I can be outsmarted, though. That is for sure. Have been before, will be again.
Professor Roy Hinckley said, what does any of this have to do with France? It's a great question. And a callback to Joey Vitale, who joined us in the 7 o'clock hour. Joey checked in from France. We had, I'd say we had some issues, technical issues.
We got there, though.
Do their colleges even have football?
I think
overseas, you mean?
Yeah.
I have noticed, especially like people from England or just Western Europe in general, like when they come to visit America, or kids go to school, like college in America, they're blown away by how big college athletics is in America, because it's not that way in
their kids
Europe.
actually go to college to learn stuff.
Yeah,
we go to watch football.
Certainly the big state schools, I think they're really blown away by. Like there's this, I think either Australian guy or maybe he's British, who goes to Alabama, and it was a video of his first college football game experience, and he was blown away. He was like, this is like nothing we have.
Yeah.
He's like, we have big sporting events, like soccer's crazy, but college athletics, he's like just so blown away by that.
Where's Tim? Where's Tim?
Okay, stop it.
That's from the Veiled Prophet. Tim had to check out early. Thanks. You must have tuned out because it was announced. You missed it earlier this hour. It's the 9 o'clock hour, brought to you by Mark Hanna, Evergreen Wealth Strategies. You can always text this show. The Air Comfort Service text line is 399-9646, 314-9646. Also, the Calgary Thompson phone lines. That's how we've talked to. We had a deep dive into Micah Parsons' holdout with DJ. Pestis is always on hold. That's at 314-974-0101. 974-0101, the Callier and Thompson phone lines. And we've got the Michelob Ultra YouTube chat. Right now, Lex Luthor is in there. D'Angelo Hopkins is in there. The Never Ending Wipe is in there. All having, and I think they're actually talking.
Do you know who D'Angelo Hopkins is? It's Chairman Kurt.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. He's right there. Tim McKernan's Meat and Potatoes. Is that you, Jackson?
No, I'm not in there.
And I believe they're actually on topic with our topic. How about that?
Isn't it nice?
And the Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day comes your way at the end of the hour, and they email those to...
The morning after at InsideSTL.com.
The morning after at InsideSTL.com. TMA is brought to you by Brown & Crouppen. Great place to go today with this beautiful weather is to Schnucks, because that means you're loaded up for the weekend. Spend it outdoors. If you're going to be grilling out, stop by the butcher, get some recommendations. Try something new this weekend. They've always got somebody friendly behind the counter that can give you great ideas. Birthday, stop by the bakery there. They'll personalize the cakes, the cookie cake. So many different things you can check off the list when you stop at your Schnucks near you, and also save some money with all those items that have been marked down. It's over 2,300 at last check. Everything you need, everything is ready to go at your neighborhood Schnucks. You can get things delivered as well. Schnucks delivers curbside pickup. Make sure you've got the rewards. Hopefully by now that's taken care of. If not, sign up. It's real simple. Put it on your phone. And when you check out, you get points back. You're getting money back. Money off your bill. Trying to save you money during these difficult times. Schnucks doing everything they can. It's everyday savings that you can count on at your neighborhood Schnucks.
This is Jackson with a SportsCenter update driven by Johnny Londoff Chevrolet and Johnny Londoff Autoplex. The Cardinals pick up another win in the Sunshine State last night, defeating the Tampa Bay Rays. They'll take on the Rays again tonight, 6:35 p.m. first pitch at Steinbrenner Field with Miles Michaelis taking the bump for the Redbirds. That was another SportsCenter update driven by Johnny Londoff Chevrolet and Johnny Londoff Autoplex. See them at londoff.com. Chevy, together we drive. Are you kidding me?
Jackson, we could just sit around all day and play Steely Dan. What do you say?
I played this for you, Martin.
Oh, did you really?
Martin loves Steely Dan. I got a song for you coming up next, Doug.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Mills Brothers.
And then Chairman, I got one for you.
Oh, I don't know Chairman's music. Probably Striper.
I got something for him.
We were talking about schedules, non-conference schedules, and I kept thinking, boy, they didn't used to play the butt-ass teams in my day. And I went back and looked at the schedule from 1978. Here's Missouri's schedule. Notre Dame and Alabama, that was 1-2 non-conference games. Notre Dame ranked 5th, Alabama.
Those are the butt asses?
Yeah. Then they played Ole Miss, Oklahoma, Illinois, Iowa State, Kansas State, Colorado, Oklahoma State, Kansas, and Nebraska. That was their schedule.
If that was their schedule this year, what would their record be, Doug?
They'd be lucky to go 500.
I thought when you brought that up, you were going to say they did play like Tennessee Tech or something.
Those are the kind of teams they played.
Get back to it. So far, we've fixed college football.
Yeah.
We butchered some French history, I believe, with Joey's visit. We played some Joey Vitale bingo, and Kurt says we didn't quite get bingo. Very disappointing. Started slow, ended strong. A lot of bingo moments there. Mispronounced a lot of names. Mistook a lot of history. That's the Joey V visits on Friday. We talked floozies and hillbillies. One thing we haven't done as we clear the deck, or maybe we're under construction, it's one of the two. Fun U.S. town names. And somebody against the Cardinals got a big hit, and we looked it up, and his town in California was like Chuchicanga or something.
Rancho Cucamonga.
Yeah, that's what started this. And we said, what a cool name. And then Jackson did a deep dive and came up with a list of wild U.S. town names. And this has been sitting on the Stiefel dossier for weeks now.
Well, when you have something like that, you leave it till you get to it.
It's gold. It's a break glass topic. And when I said, we should bring that up, Jackson said, well, I put a lot of work into that. Is that now you exaggerated? You didn't put a lot of work.
Subjective.
I have one in particular that if it's not on the list, I won't be upset with you, but I'll be disappointed.
All right, well,
I think Doug yelled out Walla Walla, Washington.
There's an easy one there in Walla Walla.
Oh, you're a cheap pop over there.
How about Yazoo City, Mississippi?
Didn't have that one. This was a very rich text. I found a lot.
Okay. So these are fun. So like Ypsilanti is a hard one to spell, but fun to say.
Well, how about Fryes, Virginia? Fryes.
Fries?
Yes, it was named after Colonel Francis Fries. It was named after French fry.
Ooh.
I've been a big fan of Sopchoppy, Florida.
Wow, Sopchop. It's probably offensive.
Is Knoblick, Missouri on there?
Yes.
Is it on there?
Knobnoster.
Thank you.
It's Knobnoster, Missouri.
You for the delicious.
Is there a Knoblick and a Knobnoster?
I believe there's both.
I think there is.
All right.
Somebody really good at Mizzou in the last 20 years was from Knobnoster.
I got one for you.
Isn't that where the Air Force Base is? Knobnoster?
Every year during the Misha playoffs, Rich Gould and I would play, where is that town? And we'd look at the Class 1 schools and where the hell is Raymore Peculiar?
Briny Breezes, Florida.
Oh, I'll be darned.
Briny Breezes.
Yeah.
We almost need a music bed for this.
How about Cut and Shoot, Texas?
Cut and Shoot?
Cut and Shoot.
We have a Beverly Hills, Missouri, in the St. Louis area.
Well, in Tennessee, they have Three-Way Tennessee.
Hold on, Doug. What if you told people you're from Beverly Hills? And they're like,
wow, really nice.
Three-Way Tennessee. Three-Way was named after the three-way split of the U.S. Route 45, so it's called Three-Way Tennessee.
Huh. Didn't you say, I think you might have brought this up originally, there's a Truth or Consequences, New Mexico?
New Mexico.
I didn't have that one. I do have Climax, Michigan.
Oh, no.
This name was coined by the village's first fence viewer and pound master, District Number 1.
Pound master.
Daniel B. Eldred in 1838 with the now immortalized words, "This caps the climax." So Climax, Michigan.
The pound master sounds like somebody texting into this show.
In addition to Climax, Michigan, they also have Colon, Michigan.
Oh. Are you sure it's not Cologne?
It's spelled like colon.
Colon, Doug. That town's really cleared out.
Oh.
How about Bird in Hand, Pennsylvania?
Don't like it.
And the last one I have is Monkey's Eyebrow, Kentucky.
That just sounds like a trailer home somewhere, doesn't it?
Fun with U.S. town names.
Yeah,
Brought to you by
know.
Jackson Burkett.
I tried it.
Huh.
Also clearing out the dossier. Under construction. So I'm going from 9-3, Jackson, which I believe is the segment we're actually in here in the 10 o'clock hour. In the 9-2 department, under construction, Ryan Fitzpatrick. So the former Ram, former Dolphin, former Buffalo Bill, former Jet. How many teams did he play for? Titans? 10 teams? Is that too high, too low? Texans? I'll look it up. But what is this audio, Jackson?
So I think that this is being perceived one way, and it sounds to me like they were rehearsing for preseason
He does
game.
like Amazon or something?
Yeah, rehearsing, and so it's just like a just say anything thing, and he kind of says some about Jackson Dart in comparison to Drew Lock. Dove Kleinman, who runs a Twitter account, is claiming it's a hot mic. I don't think that this is the case, but you can listen to the audio and decide for yourself.
You've seen from Jackson Dart that you like?
From Jake?
From Jake from State Farm.
Jake? From Jackson Dart, it's exciting. He's got leadership, he's got intelligence, and he's got moxie, which is a fun thing. I don't like his release. I think it's slow. He dances like Drew Lock. Not a huge fan. I don't think Giants fans should be excited at all.
Okay, we'll definitely say that on air. On the other side, Drake May started the...
Brandon Kiley, he of BK and Ferrario, has already texted me, that audio is fake. And then he sent me the real one, so I'll play that.
So was it AI generated?
It was from Dove Kleinman.
Is he an aggregator?
I think he just tries to stir.
Or an agitator. There's a new segment, Jackson. Aggregator or agitator. Write it down.
I'm pulling up the real audio. Give me a second.
Well, where did the fake audio come from?
Dove Kleinman's Twitter account.
I know, but what created?
I'm sorry. He's trying to pull up the audio.
Okay, but was that Doug? I heard it, and it sounded like people talking.
I heard something too.
And now I'm told it's fake, and I understand, but I need to know more.
It's hard to know what's going on here.
Hold on. Here's the real audio.
Fans should be excited about Jackson Dart. Why?
Oh, my goodness. He's intelligent. He's got the arm strength, but it's the moxie. It's the way that he carries himself. And you've seen it even the way he's played in the preseason, the arm angles, the swagger. I think guys really resonate and are drawn to a guy like that. He has the pedigree from playing a lot of snaps in college. Really excited to see when he gets out there this season.
On the other...
There.
Okay. Why are we excited about that?
But the other one sounded like his voice.
Right.
So what's your guy? Is it Dove?
He's not my guy. I want that out there. Not my guy.
He's an agitator and also an aggregator. But that audio did sound like Ryan Fitzpatrick, and your guy Dove is claiming it's a hot mic, and she did say, okay, say that on air. So it sounds like...
I think it was either a rehearsal or that's AI who did.
Well, but if it's a rehearsal, it's not fake, but it wasn't meant to be for air.
But it also isn't like his actual thoughts. It's just like, say something so we can test the microphone.
Or he's just jacking around.
Right. But I don't know.
Okay.
I honestly meant to delete that from the dossier.
Oh, no. So, Doug, I did a dossier deep dive, but it wasn't supposed to be in there.
No, it didn't.
No, I mean, I put it in there. I'm not running from that, but I was like, from the get-go, I thought it was fishy, and it's...
But he actually said it. The question is, was he just jacking around?
I don't know if he actually said it. It might have been... The camera isn't on him in the video. It then pans to, Jackson Dart warming up, so I don't think...
Has he issued an apology?
No, he just issued what he actually said, and we played it, so...
Has Dove Kleinman issued a statement?
I'm still looking at old Mizzou schedules. You want to hear their non-conference teams in 1976?
Okay, 1976.
Who they filled up their non-conference schedule with?
Let's see. USC.
Yes.
Was it really?
That was a season opener. They went out there and won.
I didn't know that.
46-25.
Then the next week, let's see, to lighten it up, we'll play Michigan.
Almost Illinois was game 2.
Okay.
Game 3.
Are we still non-con?
Still non-conference. Game 3.
Okay, now we played a Big 10, a Pac-12, and we're in the Big 8, so maybe we played Georgia.
No, Ohio State.
Jeez.
And then the final game was North Carolina. They won 3 out of 4 of those.
And the AD probably got fired for booking those games.
Didn't worry about funding smaller schools' programs. And somehow it all worked.
How did Central Arkansas do in 1976?
TV dollars were way different back then. Like, way different.
But maybe those programs
that's how these college programs get all the money.
I wonder if the smaller programs, though, that we're talking about getting funded by playing the bigger schools, if they just back in the day just had really crappy facilities.
Yeah, I think costs were a lot lower.
They just didn't have anything nice, and now they get a little bit of money that they can actually have a better spread.
Probably a lot of scholarships, too. Yeah, I think it was different.
Well, the big schools didn't have the programs, the facilities they have today either.
Certainly not. You're on that.
The Mizzou explosion around Faurot Field is unbelievable. Last 20, and Pinkel, I think, early on said we got to upgrade the facilities. Then they go to SEC. He said we're going to have to really get serious here. And if you go down now, it's not just the Faurot Field renovations, but giant practice field right behind the stadium that was never there. Across the street, that whole complex being redone. But I think Central Arkansas probably has a decent facility. I bet you in the 70s it was awful.
Mm-hmm. They have 2 games on their schedule against opponents that don't even have logos when you look up the schedule.
That don't even have logos?
Oh, no.
Utah Tech and West Georgia.
So I think if you don't have a logo, you've got to go play a big school.
Utah Tech put it on them last
year. They
year.
don't have a logo? Doug, back then, Mizzou was the butt asses that teams got to play from the big programs.
No, they weren't.
They weren't. They actually hung in there.
They were a ranked team most of those years.
It was USC, Illinois, Ohio State, and they won.
And North Carolina.
And they won
3 out of 4.
Who'd they lose to?
Illinois.
You're still sideways about that.
I'm still bitter about it.
You're still bitter? You're still
bitter about it.
Illinois got them bad, 31-6 in Columbia.
Ironhead said, in 24 years of iron working, I've been down to Columbia about every year to work on a job. We're talking about construction and things happening at the campus.
Oh, yeah. Every single year when I was at school there was massive construction projects going on.
There's massive construction projects at almost every major university in America.
Yeah.
Everyone cries about, we got no money. Well, just go to a major university.
Oh, they got money.
They've got the cash.
They'll still ask your ass for all that donation right when you get done with it, though.
As soon as you graduate with that communications degree and get a job for $22,500 a year, they want you to send a little bit more money if you could.
John Mulaney has a great bit about that where he just got done with college and he says it's like letting your friend borrow money who's probably addicted to something. He's like, I just gave you $150,000. You already spent it?
I asked Laird Veach about fundraising in this current era, and I said, do you ever call a big booster or donor? And he's like, oh, God, you again? He goes, you're not far off. Like calling the big money guys. Like, oh, Laird, I just built the volleyball locker room. Yeah, but we're redoing the softball field.
I don't know how they do it. I don't know how they make those calls.
And I guess you just hope they got so much money they don't care. Guys, how would Iggy's bowling squad have done if they had bowled against the top programs in the nation? Think about it.
He couldn't schedule them against anybody. Well, one year they had, 2 games?
Would they be matches?
They shut down the program.
That's from Professor Roy Hinckley. Guys, sounds like Mizzou was the blood donor school to those bigger schools.
No, they weren't.
They weren't.
They went to USC and won. They went to Ohio State and won. Right. Ohio State was ranked 2nd in the country. USC 8th.
Yeah, the scheduling was way different back then. Mizzou was not a blood donor.
You think if they make this rule where you got to play one Power 4 non-con game, Doug, you think we could ever see like they do in basketball where we have like a all SEC Big 12 weekend?
Oh, yeah, that's interesting. Like the Big 10 SEC challenge that they'll sometimes do. That'd be kind of cool. I think that'd be that's a good idea. I don't know if they could synchronize it that, though. And then you'd have the national TV schedule would be so hectic to try to get all those games to a proper platform. You'd have 4 11 o'clock games, 4 2:30 games, and a couple of night games. But that would be very interesting.
Jackson's audio that we now think might have been a deep fake. People are saying it's Russian misinformation. Now we need a dossier. We need a dossier on the dossier. Has Tommy Jack issued an apology for the terrible bit that BK was able to smash the hell out of? Nice show, prep ass, from Dale in Grubville.
What are you going to do? I said beforehand that I didn't think it was real and then played the real audio, so I don't know what people want.
Do we suffer from a lot of Russian disinformation with this show?
Not in this program.
All right. You can never be too careful, though.
For sure. Hey, they stay vigilant. Yeah, we're good.
Joey Vitale's telephone call cut out a couple times. That's got Putin's handprints all over it.
Yeah, it's true. It is interesting.
Geez, the show goes downhill quick when Tim leaves.
Okay, stop.
And then a bunch of smiley faces and a bunch of hearts from the 618. Tim had to check out earlier. Then the Veiled Prophet said, well, where is he? I say, he has to be accounted. He said he was going to a golf tournament for his son's school. They're having a golf tournament day, fundraising. That's where where's Tim? There's your answer. You can text into the show. Do that on the Air Comfort Service text line, 399-9646, Collier and Thompson phone lines. Did we only take the one call today? Was it DJ's call?
We had the barge guy.
Barge guy early on. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's what I was looking at in my text audit. Barge guy texted the show and said, I have big news. But then he called in and there really wasn't big news, was there?
I think I sniffed out that
he forgot
that he already told us they promoted, and that when I said it when he was on hold, he heard that, and it was like, rats. And
I can't say that because he previously called the show, Barge Guy, to announce that he was getting off the barge. He'd been promoted. So then today he said, I'm calling him with big news, and Jack said, I bet he forgot. He already told us.
The big news was his schedule change. Now he's on weekdays.
Okay. And he's got an office, and he doesn't really get to listen as much.
Right.
Oh, okay.
I guess that's newsy.
And we're closing in on a full year here on 101 ESPN. Who do you think would emerge as like the caller of the year this year? We've seen some new names. Pestis is in there.
Is there caller of the year?
Well, we do vote on these things. So volume, he would probably, if we're talking about just
quality of
outgoing calls, then yeah, he would win. I really like the guy who wanted to move Mason Wade to second base.
Chris.
Yeah. He knows when to strike, not too often.
Save that arm.
But we weren't sure if he was serious or not.
He had something about the swing plane, too. What was
from your belly button.
Yeah, from your belly
button.
Yeah, and he wouldn't take questions, which I really liked.
But Mason Wood would go to second to save his arm. And yet his arm is really one of his strengths. That you can
say it's his biggest strength.
And you can utilize it when he plays short with that great arm.
By numbers, probably the best shortstop defensively in baseball.
Like, what if the Cardinals had a great hitter, and you say, well, let's not have him hit? I mean,
save the swings.
Save those swings.
Put him down at 8th or 9th.
The point is, there is a Collier and Thompson phone line that we often go to, and Pestis is there at 314-974-0101. The Michelob Ultra YouTube chat is going on right now. Lex Luthor, the Never-Ending Wife, the Walrus King. They're all, Jake and St. Jen are all in there. Jake and St. Jen voted for Keith from Wisconsin.
He brings us
from South Milwaukee. He's become a more consistent caller. Although we often go, okay, that's enough. His calls usually end with, okay, that's enough. And I was invited to ride with him to Milwaukee, I believe.
To get some free burgers.
By the way, that George Webb promotion, because they won 12 in a row, then they won 15 in a row, the Brewers. They were showing video and pictures online. People were really mad because of their huge lines. I'm like, well, it's kind of your fault for being that interested in one free burger. They were complaining how long the lines were. Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day is coming your way at the end of the hour. It's TMA brought to you by Brown and Crouppen. You said you were going to play something for Doug.
Andy Griffith theme doesn't.
Oh.
While your whistle?
I could see this playing just while Doug walks around in everyday life. It's like his soundtrack song.
But this is the big band version.
I have it as the theme from Andy Griffith.
It's a version of it, but it's not the whistle.
The TV show was just... There we go.
Maybe the TV show picked it up a little later.
Okay. The TV show, I think, starts the very beginning and then never gets to the big band section.
Probably so. Okay.
Do you like when a DJ lays out and then the song begins and then they talk over the beginning, but they have it timed out? I hope you're having a great weekend, and then the song's already begun.
Hit the post.
And then they hit the post. Like, all right, we're going to have tickets to give away next hour. We'll also get to some Metallica and some Styx, but stay tuned. And then
there's an art to it.
It counts down.
Can you still find the Andy Griffith show if you were wanting to catch an episode?
Yeah.
I remember
we're at Rich Gould's house right now.
When I was younger, I remember Andy Griffith show being on, MASH, and the Stooges.
I think Channel 4 has an HD2 type station that plays a lot of those old TV shows.
You can also watch every episode on Pluto TV for free.
You can probably go on YouTube and find it, too.
A lot, yeah. My dad will just sit there. Sometimes he'll get fed, like, clips of Andy Griffith's show on his, like, Instagram Reels algorithm, and he'll just sit there and laugh his ass off. And he'll show them to me. He loves them.
Sounds like it's about time for a Mount Rushmore of family arena sports teams. That's from Minute Bowl eligible. That's a great topic.
Swarm.
Yeah, they won a title. Bernie Bickerstaff was the head coach.
River Otters.
Did
the Vipers play out there?
I think so.
Did they?
The Vipers.
With indoor football was the Rapids.
The Rapids?
No, I don't.
They did play indoor football there, though.
Indoor or arena league?
Steamers play there. Storm, Steamers. Take your pick. Daryl Durant coaching, playing, both.
Daryl Durant seemed to coach every soccer team that ever played in St. Louis.
I played a high school game at Family Arena, and surprise, surprise, I didn't start the game. So when I checked in, no one else was on the floor because it was after a timeout, and it's an arena. I never really played a high school game in the arena, and I forgot which direction we were going. I couldn't figure it out. I couldn't figure it out because if you're at a high school game, like there's walls on each end, you know where you're going. But I couldn't figure out where we were going. And I was like, don't throw it into me or I'll get a backcourt.
And you said you couldn't play much.
You couldn't size it up at all?
Once the other players came out, I figured it out. But for like 5 seconds there, I was panicked. I was like, where are we going?
I think you're going to talk about how you can't shoot in the big arenas. People can't see the rim
people
as well.
That's why they talked about like the bubble was such a big advantage because if you have a backdrop, if you have a wall back there, your depth perception's a lot better than in an arena where it can be kind of wonky.
Or a dome where they play a lot of the Final Four games.
Final Four for sure.
The Stampede, that was the indoor football team. We also had votes for the River City Rage. I think they might have both been indoor football teams. Guys, the St. Charles Chill, the coach, the manager was Jamie Rivers.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The Utah, is it Yeti? Is that going to be their name?
No, the Mammoth.
No, the Mammoth. They couldn't use Yeti.
They couldn't use Yeti, but now they're getting sued for Mammoth, or they're suing somebody for Mammoth.
Yeah, but their uniform's not unlike the St. Charles Chill.
Oh. Has a bit of a abominable snowman on there.
Certainly like the color scheme.
But none of those teams made it. I guess the Ambush still play there, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Soccer.
Yeah.
That's the last one left?
Yeah. Rock used to do the call of those.
In the year of the NHL lockout, Barrett Jackman and some of the other Blues played out there for the River Otters.
Oh, really?
You had NHL players on the ice.
That's sweet.
Swarm probably didn't have a very long run.
We need like one of those slap shot style teams, just like a minor league, like glorified beer league team that just beat the hell out of each other.
The St. Louis sports fan is in no mood for minor league sports. We will not support it. The Gateway Grizzlies are about the only ones still around, right? Even the one out in O'Fallon, Missouri.
The Rascals were huge.
The Hoots now.
They're the Hoots.
But it's a different league, though.
Yeah,
it's like a college.
It's a collegiate baseball league, whereas
it's like a Cape Cod league kind of thing.
But I bet there's been 7, 8, maybe even 10 minor league type sports that have come and gone. People just will not support it. It's a hard sell when you're fashioning yourself as a major league town.
Yeah, the Grizzlies have endured. They got a nice stadium over there. Frank and I did a show there once, and the only part that I remember was at the end. He goes, "So long from Sauget," and I said, "Please, somebody clip that and save it forever."
One of the best TMA
Frank signing off from Sauget.
One of the best TMA lives ever to take place happened over at Sauget.
Didn't you guys do one over there and they wouldn't stop playing like heavy rock music?
Right, but we got to take batting practice.
You took some cuts?
We played our college games over at that stadium. That was a cool place to get to play.
It is a great little stadium, yeah.
One of my greatest athletic accomplishments in that building was a Joe Buck charity softball game. They put me at third base, Doug. JJK at the plate, the great Jackie Joyner Kersey. She rips one down the line, and I kind of lunged to my right and snagged it on the line. It was a great catch, and everybody booed because they wanted her to get a hit.
Oh, no.
Did you throw her out? Or you caught it on the fly?
Did you have to dive?
I was kind of like, I was falling to my right. It wasn't a true Greg Nettles.
Did you stay on your feet, or did you?
I hit my knees, kind of like awkwardly stumbled. Still made the catch.
Everyone just booed.
They booed because they wanted her to get a hit.
I played in a charity game against the Blues once. Blues alumni against the media. It was at St. Louis U, and they put me at third base. And Al McGinnis hit a ball so darn hard, right at my head on the line. I didn't even get a glove up.
Was that? Did you duck?
I didn't even have time to duck. This thing must have been going 150 miles an hour.
Was that in the summertime?
It was.
I think I went to that because I remember it was like 150 degrees out.
It was
that day.
It was hot. And I said I'm an outfielder, fellas. I thought if it had gone straight, it would have hit me right in the mouth. I've never seen a ball hit that hard. You can imagine how hard he hit the slap shot. Well, he hit a baseball just as hard. And I was almost injured.
Grizzlies work hard in the community. That's from Elisa. And she's from East St. Louis. Go Metro East. Talking about JJK.
Swung on a pop foul back here. Ow!
Here we go.
Done.
It really hit me. I didn't know it was coming back that far.
Who was the hockey guy that took one?
Rob Ray.
That's right. Yeah, he got it. He got it so bad he started doing the games in the upper deck. He didn't want to have it happen again.
Guys, the O'Fallon Hoots 2022 season was the inspiration for the award-winning feature film Summer Catch. I didn't know that. See, it all ties together.
Summer Catch is a Cape Cod movie.
Got to play on the court pregame at a Swarm game for CYC night. That depth perception issue is really discombobulating. Thanks, Dad. That's from Thanks, Dad.
Okay.
And for Jackie Papers, it gets confusing which way to go. I'd never heard that before about the big arenas.
It was odd. I did not anticipate that being a problem, but I couldn't figure it out until people came on the floor, and then I figured that out.
Yeah.
Brett Hull's brother Bart was the GM of The Chill. Dude's a legend. I didn't know there was a Bart.
Bart Hull.
Where's Tim? Just kidding. Just kidding. I know that he left around 9:34. He's got a timestamp on it.
They really miss him when he's gone.
You guys
really
are still
do.
great. Any date on that Lemmings Open? That's from Flip Wilson. I think Tim said that it'll be announced after Labor Day.
Puck is dropped, and it's 4-0 in the opening period. And Razor just took another one.
The puck just seems to find him.
In the opening period. And Razor just took another one.
The Razor just took another one.
He was on the play-by-play when he got it?
Yes. He was speaking while it happened.
What was he doing?
He was between the benches.
Well, why?
It's dangerous down there.
It is. Why would you do the play-by-play from there?
Well, I think they were going to him for like a report.
Can I hear it one more time, please?
Oh, of course. Let me get it from the beginning.
Okay.
So, you wanted to hear it from the beginning.
Puck is dropped, and it's 4-0 in the opening period. And Razor just took another one.
Do the
We're going to lose him. We're going to lose him.
do the brass at that station come to him and say, I'll give you a second?
It's still going. If you drop Larry Connor's taser right now, we might lose him for good.
Oh.
I heard John Sterling in there.
Do you think they come to Rob Ray and say, hey, I know you took a frozen piece of rubber to the dome, but can you watch the language, or do they just let that slide?
I think they eat that one. That was the second time in like a month that it happened. But that one was worse because it caught him like right in the jibs, right in the mouth.
And John Sterling got hit in the head, didn't he?
The 3-2 swung on a pop foul back here. Ow!
If you see it,
I like that there was
really sad.
He was eyeing it.
There's a slow burn to
ricochet.
It did. It hit his desk and then smacked him right in the forehead.
It did a short hop, but you can see him watching it.
It knocked his glasses clean off.
Coming right back.
It's not the
here.
same thing, but I always love the highlight of, I think maybe a foul ball or a broken bat came down towards Tommy Lasorda, and I feel like he did a little backwards barrel roll.
Oh, yeah. The third, was he coaching third base?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Mike Piazza threw, who threw back? It was Clemens, right? Piazza
threw the
broke
bat, the broken bat.
and then Clemens thought that was somehow intentional or something and threw it right back at
I
him.
thought Clemens claimed he thought it was the ball, or he came up with some weird excuse.
Yeah, they ain't gonna pass the smell test.
Guys, my connection to Monkey's Eyebrow, Kentucky is when I grew up in southeast Missouri in the 1980s, the local NBC station out of Paducah would sign off at the end of the broadcast day, and they would announce their transmitter was located in Monkey's Eyebrow, Kentucky. How about that, Jackson? See?
Look at that.
And that's all from the dossier, the Stiefel dossier. Take a break here. It's TMA brought to you by Brown & Crouppen.
By now, you've heard the name Stiefel many times, and it is Stiefel. It's not Stiffle or anything else. They sponsor everything around town, including the dossier on this here broadcast. But did you know that they're also throwing one of the biggest parties St. Louis has seen since the Parade Down Market in 2019? It's a Stiefel Charity Classic. New title, new energy. It's all going down September 4th through the 7th at Norwood Hills Country Club. Going to be a great event. Golf legends from the PGA Tour champions will be here. Really is a fabulous event. Did we mention there's also a concert? OAR is performing live Friday night at the Community Center, presented by Car Shield. That's right, Of a Revolution, bringing the good vibes, the sing-alongs, probably a few thousand people who still know every word to Shattered. Friday tickets cost $50. Golf and OAR are included. These bad boys selling faster than a foursome at the Doberman. Kids 16 and under, active military, veterans, and first responders, you are all in free. So head on out to Norwood Hills Country Club September 4th through the 7th and catch the Stiefel Charity Classic. That's Stiefel, S-T-I-F-E-L, charityclassic.com. We will see you there.
This one's for the chairman.
Ooh.
I'm told the field is rather lean on email today. If you want to win the prize, which is the love and admiration of your friends, and occasionally we give out money out of our whatever we have in our pocket. Email of the day, design error, email of the day, coming to at the end of this show. Apparently it's wide open. We did the haiku emails, was that a week ago or so? You can go any direction you like. I'd like to issue an apology. I said that Ryan Fitzpatrick played for 10 NFL teams. It was 9. Can you name the 9, Doug?
No, I could not.
Okay. Drafted by the Rams. Remember that? 7th round, 2005.
Right.
Buffalo Bills.
Bills, of course.
Miami Dolphins.
Yeah.
New England Patriots.
No.
I'll give you Patriots?
I'm going to give you 2 strikes, and I will stop you. You're at 1.
Now I got to be careful.
So I did.
Buccaneers.
I gave you Rams out of the gate, right? Okay. And you said Buccaneers, yes.
Yeah.
You're at 4. I gave you Rams, Bucks, Miami.
Yeah. Rams, Bucks, Miami. Rams, Bucks, Miami, Buffalo. We said Buffalo.
Said Buffalo,
right?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
So that's 4. We have 4.
Yeah, 4.
4 of the 10?
Of the 9.
9.
My apology was issued because I said 9. 10. All right, edit. Start over. Fun with math. Rams, Bengals, Bills, Titans, Texans, Jets, Bucks, Dolphins, and then the Washington football team.
That's right.
At the very end.
That's right.
Remember that video? I think he was with Buffalo when he brought, he was a brilliant guy, having gone to Harvard.
Yeah.
He brought his son up to one of the news conferences, like it must have been a Wednesday or Thursday before a game news conference, and said, this kid's a math whiz. He was like 11, 12 years old. He said, somebody give him a math question. It's saying to the reporters, and one of the reporters says something like, what's 686 times 733? And the kid looked up for a second and then spit out the correct answer.
Holy smokes.
Just right off the top of his head.
You know the story?
And with that, he dropped the mic and he left.
It's incredible. Fitzpatrick told the story on Chris Long's podcast, friend of the show, Chris Long, that he proposed to his wife at the McDonald's across from the Earth City
Rams
practice
Park.
facility.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's where he proposed to his wife.
How romantic is that?
Wow.
He'd also get gas there.
I think that whole area there is a little bit, I wouldn't say it's a ghost town, but remember there were restaurants lined up there, probably heavily dependent on the Rams Park employees. In fact, there was once a media fight, and the great artist Twyman said, guys, take it to Imo's. There was an Imo's right across the street.
Media were invited to fight behind the pizza joint.
You were allowed to take your brawl to Imo's if you wanted. We were talking about press conferences. Doug just mentioned that. And earlier we were talking about Bill Belichick and the woman who decided to ask Bill Belichick if he had any New Year's resolutions that he wanted to share, not only with his fans, but with the readers. And you guys said, Kurt, did you say that she went back the next week and did it again?
Yeah, to her credit, she went back for seconds.
So here, I'll play the original one.
Okay.
I'm doing a story about New Year's resolutions, and I was just wondering if you had any you wanted to share with your fans and our readers.
Yeah, no, not right now.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, thanks. So that was the original. And we gave her points for bravery. We blame her editor for sending her on a fool's errand. And then the next week again?
New Year's Eve day. Have you had a chance to consider any New Year's resolutions since I asked you on Sunday?
Yeah, they would all be personal, so it probably wouldn't mean anything to you anyway. Thank you.
That's that.
Wow. So she really went back. What?
Got to applaud the.
She was going to get a soundbite.
Now tell me there was a third time.
No way you go back for a third.
And did she premise it by saying it's almost New Year's now? Like, you had time to think about this.
Right.
They'd all be personal.
That was on December 31st. So, in fairness, timely. But after the first reaction, I don't know if I would dip back into that well.
No.
Did either of you two ever get ripped for... I mean, I'm sure the skipper gave it to you maybe in jest at some point, but did you ever ask a question that just maybe didn't go the way you thought it was going to?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, sure.
I mean, Gary Pinkel's introductory press conference, they're passing the mic around, and I think at the time, like, nobody knew who he was. I mean, nobody had heard of the guy. Like, who is... And... the answers were long, and I said, if you could, Coach, in a minute or less, just to summarize, who you are and why you're the right fit or whatever. And he goes, well, that's a terrible question. I mean, summarize my career in a minute. And I said, okay, take 2. And I got the media chuckle for saying take 2. Mike Martz, Green Bay, Lambeau Field, they got pounded by the Packers. And in the postgame, there weren't many of us up there on the road. And I forget who ran the ball for Green Bay, Amon Green or somebody. And you know how that reporter for Arkansas just kind of spit out a horrible question and kind of got stuck? I don't know why it just came out wrong. I said, Mike, how do you explain, the Packers running game and how they were able to just shove it down your throats? And he goes, shove it down our throat? That's how you're going to ask me that question? And it came off a little harsh.
What about you, Cutie? You ever get scolded?
No, I would always let Martin ask the first question, so he would get yelled at and not me.
Doug would come over as a veteran and would say, you should probably start with how they shove the ball right down their throats. I'd say, okay, Doug, great idea. Get slapped around a little bit.
I don't think I ever really got yelled at by a coach. I don't think so.
Skipper would usually, you can answer that? You can bring that up now? You can ask that question? You'd be like, ha. Derek, go ahead. One time it was Matt Weiner leaning in with the mic because we'd be at his desk, leans in with the microphone. Post-game, we're all there. And La Russa looked down and goes, not talking to Channel 5 today. And Matt Weiner said, oh, okay. And just pulled the mic back. And later I said, what do you think that's about? He goes, no idea. Next day, everything was fine. But for that day,
no Channel 5.
No Channel 5.
Chris, will the Clippers be back here Sunday playing a Game 7?
What?
Your feeling about, your level of confidence that you'll be back here again.
What you think? I'm on the team. What you want me to say? Nah, it's over. That's what you want to hear? Yes. Come on, man. You've been doing this long enough. Seriously, right?
If you can expand upon that.
No, I don't know. Everybody in here laughing for a reason.
Who was that?
Gosh.
Chris Paul, point guard.
He said, what?
He said, can you expand on that?
While you're ripping me, can you rip me a little bit more, please?
Can you expand on that?
The original just go, what?
Who was the surliest Blues coach you guys dealt with?
Davis Payne?
Oh, no, Keenan.
Oh, yeah.
And there's nobody. Yeah. And he was here before I was here.
Yeah, he was the only one.
But I would think that's it. It's got to be Keenan and then nobody else.
Right.
Nobody else was...
And Keenan wasn't really nasty to the press.
He was more mean to his players.
I think so, yeah. Yeah. He would usually do the interviews.
Martin, do not ignore us. The YouTube chat, please. Just a reminder, guys, the YouTube chat exists. Guys, just a reminder, the YouTube chat exists.
Okay, blocking.
That's from Big Tuft.
Yeah, shout out Joey Vitale's Gooner module. He asked for a shout out. I'll give it to him.
Okay.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. I lost.
You lost?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So what happened out there?
Nice recovery.
That's how, instead of backpedaling, stay strong. Yeah, you lost. So what did happen out there?
What was the question that set off Hal McRae, the Royals manager? He started ripping phones out of the wall.
Started just throwing recorders.
How bad does a question have to be?
Coined the term, the situ, blank word, Asian situation, but he inserted in the middle of situation.
Yeah.
A lot of swear words. I talked to him about that once. I don't remember the question. He goes, yeah, I know. People still playing the clip. I know.
It has to be a bad question to get that kind of response.
If you want to find the most intense La Russa media response, it's at Comiskey, I think. Still Comiskey before they moved, somewhere in there. But he was the A's manager. And they're all around his office. And somebody got hit in the head, like Terry Steinbach got hit in the head. And Tony kept saying, not going to talk about it. Not going to talk about it, about guys getting beaned. Mm-hmm. And the reporter, the Chicago reporter said, be a man.
Oh, geez.
And he just explodes. Be a man. I got a guy with his head. And they just keep screaming and screaming. Mm-hmm. And the whole media backpedals, like out of the dugout or out of the clubhouse. They get to the door. And Dave Stewart comes over and says, you beep, beep, beep. What you know about even being a beep, beep, beep human being? And the door slams, and whoever rolled tape from the Chicago TV station just rolls the whole time. And the last thing is Dave Stewart, MF, and all of them. The door slams, and there's like an usher guy standing there goes, yeah, maybe just come back in a little while. So understated.
Martin, it looks like a Kansas City reporter asked him about maybe pitch hitting George Brett late in the game or something. And that's what set old Hal off.
It might be a reasonable question if you had the best hitter in the history of the franchise. Why isn't he playing? He didn't like it, though.
Yeah, they had 2 outs in the 7th with bases loaded, and they didn't go to George Brett. And
probably should have, and that's why he got mad at the question.
He snapped.
Oh, yeah.
Probably can't play that on the air. No. We do have email today that's brought to you by Design Air. This is TMA minus the T. Is Tim the T and the TMA?
That's right.
Back with us on Monday. Email today, closing out a big week here. Been a huge week on the morning after. Just think about everything that's happened. All right, think about it.
Okay.
We played Drops of the Week, so that was really the opportunity to
that
think
really
about
wrapped it up.
Yeah.
You can always go back and listen. There's the app, which is brought to you by Schaefer Door Company, which also brings you the Joy Vitale call from Paris. If you missed that, you can find it on the podcast as well. It is the Design Air email today when we return.
This is Jackson with the Sports Center updates, brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling. Cardinals and Rays tonight, 6:35 p.m. First pitch at George Steinbrenner Field in Tampa. Miles Michaelis is going to take the mound for the Redbirds. That was another Sports Center update, brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling, a Daikin heating and air conditioning dealer.
Guys, didn't Doug get yelled at by Mike Shannon for asking about pitchers running in the outfield from the birthday hawk?
Sort of, yeah. Oh, yeah. Not really yelled at, but he was not happy.
Adam Wainwright got sideways with you. Didn't he say it was the worst question ever?
Yeah.
But he didn't seem too upset about it.
No.
A good text audit will tell you, as I scan through I think people's favorite part of the whole show today was Doug laughing. And then they said, is he a masochist? Doug seems to enjoy other people getting hurt.
I don't really. It's just a reaction of the people.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about the best story of somebody getting hit by a foul ball. 1957 was when Richie Ashburn, the Phillies Hall of Famer, hit a foul ball that hit a woman in the stands. I'm reading here. Her name was Alice Roth. Broke her nose. They carried her off on a stretcher, started the game again. He hit another foul ball, hit her again, and broke her leg that time.
Oh,
God. Broke her nose and her leg.
Oof.
Oh.
The Phillies
When
felt...
you leave after one
She was trying to get out of there. She was trying to leave.
So they were getting her...
She was like on the stretcher from the first hit when he hit her again.
Turns out.
The Phillies felt bad and offered her some free tickets.
Doug, she's like, I'll never go to a game again.
Doug, you want this Design Air Heating and Cooling email today?
Well, sure.
You want it?
Yeah, I guess.
Jackie Papers taking charge.
You ready?
Oh, okay. You're ready to... Oh, geez, sorry. Okay, go ahead.
He's not messing around. Yeah. I think Jason Stark is going to join BK and Ferrari
Jason Stark is going to be on BK and Ferrari at 11 o'clock, so just going to give them some time. Hey, guys. Yeah. About 30 minutes ago, you guys were talking about iced tea. Mm-hmm. Haha, just kidding. Lols. You guys are actually talking about the Andy Griffith Show? Yeah. Huh?
Yes.
This is a sports show, and you're supposed to talk about sports, not some dumb boomer show all the olds love because it reminds them of their youth when, quote-unquote, times were better and free parking was ample. Stop it! Tired of it! Thanks. Hamburger and egg on a piece of toast.
Hamburger and egg on a piece of toast.
Hello, gentlemen. A few more tidbits of news and notes for the handsome four. That Joey Vitale call was great. If Film Bitch and that bulky Queen KG had any awareness, they would have made a free space on the bingo card called audio issues. I'm getting my bin rewired this weekend due to a leakage situation. It's my first surgery, but it won't be my last. Well, there goes my Labor Day monogramming business bonus. Such a shame. I was just getting hot, too. Upon the leakage of my disposal hole amidst an Orange Theory class, I noticed Douglas with his nostrils on my bike seat. How'd that prime beef carpaccio smell, my friend? Was it as succulent as it was going down?
Watch it.
Our midsummer's party was quite elegant until Beth's husband found her doing 4 divorces in 7 years. It's been real lucrative for her. It looks like I've got some catching up to do. By appointment only, self-made stay-at-home Ledoux mom.
Self-made stay-at-home Ledoux mom.
An ode to Jackson Burkett. Jackson Burkett, a.k.a. Movie Man, not a boy, a man. St. Louis's resident podcast savant is a wild-eyed genius whose brain works faster than a lightning storm over the Mississippi, spitting out ideas that could outshine the Gateway Arch's glint. This self-proclaimed Marty Monogamy of the Morning After crew weaves tales and hot takes with the velocity of Mardi Gras beads flung from a Soulard balcony. His voice is a manic blend of West County suburban grit and the Ledoux Horton Watkins or honor roll level mischief. Whether he's dissecting the Cardinals' starting rotation woes or riffing on the absurdity of the cats are better than dogs with a philosopher's zeal, Jackson's unhinged brilliance turns every mic into a Molotov cocktail of wit, leaving listeners dizzy and craving more. He's the kind of St. Louis icon who'd argue the best Ted Drew's flavor while dodging I-64 traffic on a unicycle, a chaotic mastermind who's everywhere as a love letter to cities.
Your mother wrote this anyway.
Yeah, this is from Jackson's burner. Just kidding. It's yours truly, the never-ending wipe. DBA VP of Jackie Papers PTA Cinema Club O'Fallon.
Okay, never-ending wipe. Got a little verbose.
A little verbose. I would rather listen to a 24-hour Pepper and Genie marathon that features nothing but heavy breathing and nose whistles instead of one more minute of Barge Dude's phone calls. I'd even prefer the Sinbad interview played on a constant loop over this hot garbage. Dear Barge Guy, no one wants to hear about how you're really loving these cooler temperatures. Newsflash, fella, we all like nice weather, but you don't see us calling into a radio station to casually chit-chat with two hosts 2 minutes after their show starts. Hopefully the Gatesworth opens a new location near the river, especially reserved for long-winded nerds. Chairman Curtis put a stop to these people on air. Block them all from the TMA Twink.
TMA 20.
TMA Twink.
TMA Twink 20.
Walked into parent-teacher conferences last night fully expecting laminated pie charts about social-emotional growth and a veiled critique of my son's handwriting. What I didn't expect was to meet my partner, Huxton's dad. He was standing there in a quarter zip so well fitted it could have been sewn directly onto his frame by Lululemon monks. Patagonia vest over top, Yeti cup in hand, swirling what I can only be assumed was fair trade bovine milk.
Buck swope.
His aura said, I can build a tree house without instructions and still make it to the club by 8. The teacher kept saying resilient, but my mind was elsewhere, lost in the way his New Balances squeaked against the multi-purpose room floor. We locked eyes when she mentioned growth mindset. Two warriors bonded by standardized testing and discounted mulch delivery. Later, our fake Rolexes brushed in the PTO bake sale change jar, sparks, electricity, horsepower. He grabbed a Rice Krispie treat. I grabbed a brownie. And for one perfect moment, it was just us, two married suburban mammals sharing processed sugars under the dim glow of fluorescent cafeteria lights. His hangnails felt like silk against my skin.
All right, wrap her up.
We exchanged numbers under the guise of maybe our boys can play Fortnite together, but we both knew, we'd be chugging jugs soon. I came to learn about long division.
Wrap it up!
I left with my loneliness divided by 2. That's from Riot's dad. And finally,
Riot's
Doug,
dad.
I'm trying to focus. Last one.
Well, that was really long.
26 years ago, following Trent Green's preseason ACL injury and Dick Vermeil famously saying, we will rally around Kurt Warner and we will play good football. Well, nowadays we don't have an NFL team, and our college football team doesn't play Scottie Pippen's bunch for another week, while our baseball team is farting their way through a mediocre season. How can we possibly fill 4 hours? Well, we will rally around the phone lines and we will produce awful radio. We got Barge Guy calling in to humble brag about his promotion he already forgot about. We already got DJ calling in with a misguided take about Jarrah Jones and Micah Parsons' contract situation. It was a strong call until Martin asked why he thought we were talking about Micah Parsons, at which point DJ broke down the Razorback blogger who asked the large-breasted head football coach what he learned about himself. Then our first international phone call since Vivian, can you hear me good as jour? We have Joey Vitale. He's not there, Doug. That's okay. He's calling back, and this time he sounds like a blend of Darth Vader and the Zodiac Killer. Pull it together, boy. Pull it together, boy. Pull it together, boy. Okay, third time's a charm, and now we can hear Joey telling us about the naps he's been taking in Paris. Can't wait for the next episode of Movie Boy, where Film Bitch tells us what movies should have won Best Picture in a given year despite not having seen the movie that actually won. I don't know the circumstances at all, but they don't matter, and I'll tell you why. Again, I'm enjoying the show. Let it be awful, boys. Buck Swope.
Buck Swope.
And that's what we got.
Huh. There were some very long ones.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Buck Swope. I don't know if it's because I really like his or I'm just happy that it's over with.
As part of the alliance, I'll just go with the Never-Ending Wife for supporting Jackie Papers.
I liked Riot's dad. Chairman, you get the deciding vote.
Wow.
Yeah, I liked Riot's dad, too.
Riot's dad has won the Design Air Heating and Cooling email today. Martin, thank you for sticking around till 11. Appreciate you, sir. Onboarding, be damned. And appreciate all you gentlemen. Have a great weekend out there, folks. This has been The Morning After, presented to you by Brown & Crouppen on 101 ESPN.